Dragon Ball, I can become stronger if I am killed. Chapter 41. After Sun Wukong and Vegeta successfully learned the fusion technique, Ling Tian did not bring everyone back to the main time and space. In this way, Sun Wukong, Son Gohan, Vegeta, Piccolo and Paragus in the main time and space practiced and fought with everyone in GT time and space every day. Ling Tian saw that GT Vegeta's Super Saiyan 2 transformation was so outstanding among the crowd, and he also took it to Namek in an instant and made a wish to the Dragon Piranga to grow a tail. After GT Vegeta grew a tail, he condensed an energy ball and threw it into the air, and a full moon appeared in the air. GT Vegeta successfully transformed into Super Saiyan 4. Unknowingly, more than 10 days passed. One day, GT Trunks appeared in front of everyone with injuries all over his body. After some understanding, it was learned that it was number 17 who attacked GT Trunks. It seems that Dr. Gero and Dr. Myu in Hell have joined forces to create Hell Android number 17, and they are now trying to let Hell Android number 17 and GT Android number 17 open the door between Hell and the human world. Everyone, a new crisis has appeared again. Ling Tian said. Isn't it just that Trunks was injured by No. 17? Where is the crisis? Everyone was very puzzled. At this moment, the sky suddenly darkened, and a huge black hole appeared on the earth. This black hole was the gate of Hell opened by Dr. Gero and Dr. Myu using the cooperation of Hell Android number 17 and GT Android No. 17. After the gate of Hell appeared, the enemies who had been eliminated by the GT people came out of Hell one after another. As many villains destroyed the city, the GT people and the main time and space people quickly took action and fought with these villains. Bang! Boom! Explosions sounded everywhere, and there were fighting figures everywhere in the city. Ling Tian, Broly and Cell had just dealt with a group of minions and were preparing to go to the next place. Cell. Just then, a familiar figure appeared in front of Ling Tian and others. This person was Hell Android 17 created by Dr. Gero and Dr. Myu. Drive Gero, Cell is right next to us, how come there is another Cell, did you create a new one? Dr. Myu in Hell looked at Cell next to him and said. Something's wrong, I didn't create a second Cell, and I haven't seen anyone next to him, and now there are two Son Goku, Vegeta, Son Gohan and Piccolo. Dr. Gero responded. Cell then exploded and attacked Hell 17. Ha, Cell, you still want to challenge me? Hell 17 snorted coldly, thinking that the Cell in front of him was about the same strength as the Cell in Hell. Looking at the incoming fist, Hell number 17 casually raised his hand to block it. Bang! Unexpectedly, Hell number 17 underestimated the strength of Cell in front of him, and was knocked away by Cell's punch, crashing into an abandoned building. Hell number 17 was furious, rushed out of the abandoned building, and attacked Cell. The two instantly fought. Cell easily dodged the attack of Hell number 17 and punched him into the ground. Boom! After a loud bang, a huge deep pit was smashed into the ground, and Hell number 17 collapsed to the ground. Number 17, is this all your strength? Cell said lightly. Hell number 17 got up from the ground with difficulty. In Hell, looking at the people who came out of the gate of Hell, one by one was eliminated by Sun Wukong and others, and Hell number 17 was defeated. Dr. Gero and Dr. Mu could no longer bear it. The two then came out of Hell with GT Android 17, GT Cell, Frieza and others. It's you guys who ruined our plan. Dr. Gero said angrily. It doesn't matter, I believe that after the two Android 17s merge, they will definitely defeat them and destroy Son Goku. Dr. Mu said firmly. Two 17s. Cell looked at the two and said with a smile. Hell 17 gritted his teeth after hearing what Dr. Mu said. Cell, don't be too proud, you will know how powerful we are later. Hell 17 said, and then touched GT Android 17 to merge. After a while, the two merged successfully, and the combined Super Android 17 was tall and very strong. Quote, okay, Cell, get ready to accept my anger. Super 17 said. Is this your fusion? It doesn't feel good, Cell said as he clenched his fists and released all his breath, and the whole earth kept shaking. How is it possible? Dr. Gero looked at the scene in front of him in disbelief. Why is this Cell so much more powerful than the Cell next to me? Broly, let's clean up the irrelevant people first. Ling Tian said as he rushed towards Dr. Gero, Frieza and others, and Broly hurriedly followed. Super 17 save us! Dr. Gero and Dr. Myu shouted loudly. Frieza and GT Cell still wanted to explode in resistance. Unexpectedly, Ling Tian and Broly dissolved their own energy at will. Ling Tian and Broly condensed energy and bombarded Frieza and GT Cell. Boom! Quote. With the sound of two explosions, Frieza and GT Cell were reduced to ashes. Dr. Gero and Dr. Myu saw that Super 17 did not come to save them and Frieza was also destroyed, so they could only run away. Ling Tian appeared in front of the two with a teleportation and blasted them one by one with a punch. In an instant, only Super 17 was left on the battlefield. Super 17 watched Dr. Gero and others being destroyed without any reaction, but stared at Cell closely. Cell dodged and appeared in front of Super 17 in an instant. The two stood opposite each other and attacked each other at the same time. Bang, bang, bang. The two fists hit each other, making loud noises. Super 17 retreated, and continuously released energy bombs in his hands to bombard Cell. Cell directly took the attack of the energy bomb and rushed towards Super 17. What? Quote. Super 17 was stunned. Cell was hit by the energy bomb and was injured all over. How could he dare to continue attacking? Cell took advantage of Super 17's daze and grabbed Super 17 and hit his abdomen with his knee. Cell, you are looking for death. Super 17 gathered the energy in his hand, and a huge energy ball hit Cell directly. Boom! There was a loud noise in the air, and both of them were blown away by the energy explosion. Super 17's clothes were blown to pieces, and Cell lost an arm. Hey, I saw Cell roaring in a low voice, and an arm that was blown off by the explosion grew back. Then, he put his hand on his waist to gather energy and blasted towards Super 17. Kamehameha wave. Quote. Super 17 looked at the incoming Qigong wave, stood still, and raised his mouth slightly. After the Kamehameha Qigong wave hit Super 17, it did not explode. Super 17's muscles swelled up, and the energy of the Qigong wave was continuously absorbed into the body and transformed into his own strength. Cell looked at the Qigong wave he released and was furious. An instant move appeared behind Super 17 and kicked him away. At this moment, the GT people who eliminated all the villains and the people of the main time and space flew from a distance one after another. The two of them were in a state of panic. Ling Tian, is that man Android 17? GT Sun Wukong asked. He is not Android 17, but the combination of Android 17 from Hell and Android 17 from Earth, also known as Super Android 17. Ling Tian explained to everyone. Super Android 17. Everyone exclaimed. That's right, and all this was planned by Dr. Gero. But Dr. Gero has been eliminated, and now there is only one Super 17 left. Ling Tian responded. Dr. Gero, he still doesn't stop in hell. GT Piccolo said angrily. Bang, bang, bang. Cell and Super 17 started fighting in close combat. Cell punched Super 17 in the face, and Super 17 endured the severe pain and kicked Cell into a shrimp shape. The fight between the two of them is so intense. I really want to go up and fight together. The two Goku said at the same time. Hearing a lot of noisy discussions in his ears, Cell turned his head and found that everyone was watching him fight. Just turning his head and seeing was knocked away by Super 17's punch. Don't I have any face, Cell? Cell hurriedly stabilized his body in the air, adjusted his state, and attacked Super 17 again. Bang! The two punched each other and flew backwards. Cell condensed a round disc in his hand and threw it to Super 17. Cut the disc. Super 17 waited motionlessly for the disc to attack again. It seems that if Super 17 wants to absorb energy, he can only stand still. Cell discovered this detail, teleported behind him, and kicked him towards the optical disc. Ah! Super 17 was interrupted from performing his skills, and the optical disc cut off one of his legs in time to avoid it. Ha ha ha! Can't you absorb energy? Why didn't you absorb it just now? Cell laughed out loud. Super 17 endured the pain of a broken leg and soared into the sky, wrapped his hands with sparks, condensed a black energy ball, and blasted towards Cell. Hell bomb! Seeing this, Cell put his hands on his waist to condense energy to resist. Kamehameha! Boom! The two energies collided in the air, causing a violent explosion. Cell flashed and instantly appeared in front of Super 17, grabbed him, and teleported away from the Earth. What's going on? Everyone was very confused as to why Cell wanted to take Super 17 away from the Earth. Bang! Suddenly, a loud explosion sounded in the universe. After a while, Cell also teleported and appeared in front of everyone. Cell, what happened to that loud noise just now? Is Super 17 destroyed? GT Sun Wukong asked. I just found a planet and blew it up. Super 17 has been blown up. Cell replied lightly. Self-explosion. Everyone in GT and the main time and space was shocked. Ling Tian shook his head. It seems that Cell thinks that Super 17's infinite energy can be consumed all the time, so it is better to solve it all at once. After the crisis was resolved, everyone returned to GT Bulma's house. At this time, GT Sun Wukong and his friends have collected the Earth Dragon Balls and placed them on the grass in the yard of Bulma's house. Come out, Shenlong, make my wish come true, GT Sun Wukong said to the Dragon Ball. As soon as the voice fell, the sky of the entire Earth immediately darkened, and a black smoke floated out of the Dragon Ball, transforming into a dragon with wings and an evil breath. The evil dragon was smoking a cigar in his mouth. Aunt Bulma, is this the dragon? Xiao Fong couldn't believe that the dragon would look like this and smoke a cigar. I don't know, but he didn't look like this before, but since he came out of the Dragon Ball, it should be the dragon. GT Bulma responded. Dragon, please help us revive, because all the humans who died in this battle. GT Sun Wukong said loudly. After hearing this, the evil dragon took the cigar and put it in his mouth. He took a deep breath, blew out a series of smoke rings to everyone and said, this dragon is not a dragon, but an evil dragon. Evil dragon, cough cough cough. Everyone was choked by the smell of smoke and thought they had heard it wrong. That's right, from today on, this dragon will never obey the orders of humans again, said the evil dragon. Will never obey human orders again. Do you mean that from today on, the Dragon Balls can no longer be used? GT Bulma asked. Yes, and this Shenlong will destroy your Earth, the evil dragon said and turned back into the Dragon Balls, flying towards the Earth. Destroying the Earth, is this something Shenlong can do? GT Bulma was still a little unconvinced. The 7 Dragon Balls are scattered on the Earth again, and the wish has not been fulfilled. What should we do now? GT Trunks asked. Although everyone didn't know why the Dragon Balls suddenly became like this, it was definitely a bad sign. Ling Tian, why is this Shenlong different from the previous Shenlong? Brawly, who was standing in the distance, asked. This is not a dragon for making wishes, but an evil dragon that will destroy the universe. Dragon Balls cannot be used frequently. Every time a wish is fulfilled, a little negative energy will be added to the dragon, and the negative energy will be automatically eliminated after a period of time. The evil dragon just now was caused by making wishes too frequently. The negative energy has not been eliminated, and you continue to look for Dragon Balls to make wishes. The cracks on the Dragon Balls mean that the negative energy has reached its limit. Ling Tian explained. Ling Tian, will the dragon really destroy the Earth? GT Bulma said. Yes, Ling Tian nodded. What the young man said was absolutely right. Suddenly, an old voice came to everyone's ears. Old Kai, is that you? GT Son Goku asked. Yes, it's me, Wukong. I was watching when you made a wish to the dragon just now. Originally, Dragon Balls are against the laws of nature, but you have always ignored my advice and used them, especially Bulma. GT Old Kai said. Me, GT Bulma was stunned. Of course it's you. Originally, it took ordinary people a long time to collect the Dragon Balls, but you invented the Dragon Ball radar, which made it faster to collect the Dragon Balls. Every time the Dragon Balls are used, there will be more negative energy. Originally, as long as the Dragon Balls are placed for a certain period of time, they will automatically purify the negative energy generated by the wish. As a result, you upgraded the Dragon Balls to 3 wishes. Now that the evil dragon has appeared, who else can I blame if not you? GT Old Kai said angrily. It's true that I invented the Dragon Ball radar, but I'm just a weak woman. Without the help of Goku and the others, how could I collect all 7 Dragon Balls by myself? GT Bulma immediately pushed all the responsibilities to Son Goku. Well, it's all because of me. GT Son Goku scratched his head and said. Lord Old Kai, what should I do now? Son Goku asked. GT Old Kai thought for a moment and said, you have to defeat the evil dragon now and purify the negative energy in the Dragon Balls. Yoshi, just defeat the evil dragon and get the 7 Dragon Balls back. GT Sun Wukong smiled and said, Wukong, don't underestimate the evil dragons. They all have all kinds of magical abilities and powerful strength. GT Old Kai said, it's okay, Lord Old Kai, I will definitely defeat them all and collect the Dragon Balls back. GT Sun Wukong said after stretching his muscles. Old Kai shook his head helplessly. Wukong was still so naive. Forget it, Goku, you just need to get the 7 Dragon Balls back, otherwise the entire universe may be destroyed. I know, Lord Old Kai. GT Sun Wukong responded. After hearing this, GT Old Kai also cut off contact with everyone. The old man said that everything will be fine if we find the Dragon Balls, so I'll go find the Dragon Balls first. GT Sun Wukong waved to everyone and was about to leave. GT Wukong waited, how can we let you go to find the Dragon Balls alone this time? Let's go together, Ling Tian said and pointed at everyone in the main space-time. Grandpa, I want to go with you too. Xiao Fang said. Xiao Fang, don't go this time. It's too dangerous. Dad and Uncle Ling Tian will take care of it. GT Sun Wuhan grabbed Xiao Fang who wanted to sneak away. Dad, I went to the universe with Grandpa and Trunks to look for Dragon Balls before. Why can't we do it this time? Xiao Fang responded. Gohan, I will protect Xiao Fang. GT Sun Goku said. Okay then, Xiao Fang, you must listen to Grandpa and don't run around. GT Sun Gohan said to Xiao Fang. Dad, I know. Xiao Fang responded. GT Vegeta, aren't you going to look for Dragon Balls with GT Goku? Ling Tian asked. There is only one Dragon Ball radar. How can we find Dragon Balls without it? GT Vegeta responded. Those evil dragons won't hide all the time and hide their breath. And there are so many of us, we can find them if we look for them separately. Ling Tian responded. Okay then, with so many of us, how about a competition to see who can find more Dragon Balls? Ling Tian said. How to compete? Everyone was puzzled. I'll be in a group with Broly and Cell. GT Goku, you'll be in a group with GT Vegeta and Xiaofang. Main Time Goku will be in a group with Vegeta. Main Time Gohan will be in a group with Piccolo and Paragus. Let's see which team can find more Dragon Balls. Ling Tian explained. This is a great idea. GT Goku said. Of course, Kakarot and I will find the most Dragon Balls. Main Time Vegeta said. Swoosh, I saw Main Time Gohan, Piccolo and Paragus take off and fly away. You have no moral integrity. You're looking for Dragon Balls before the game even starts. GT Vegeta yelled. Swoosh, swoosh. The rest of the people ignored what GT Vegeta was saying and flew away with their flying skills. Vegeta, Xiaofang, let's go too. GT Goku said. GT Vegeta flew away in anger. In an abandoned city. An evil dragon that looks like a mole is using his unique Earth attribute ability to create an earthquake. After GT Vegeta killed a large number of innocent citizens, he made a wish with the Dragon Ball to revive them, thus the 7-star dragon, also known as the Earth Dragon, was born. The 7-star dragon has the ability to attach to other people's bodies. The 7-star dragon constantly creates earthquakes in the city, causing the buildings in the city to collapse continuously, and countless humans died in the earthquake. Ha ha ha. The 7-star dragon looked at the humans who died in the earthquake and laughed out loud. Swoosh. Just then, a sound of breaking wind came from a distance. Suddenly, 2 figures appeared in front of the 7-star dragon. These 2 people are Sun Wukong and Vegeta from the main time and space. Are you Sun Wukong? Didn't Sun Wukong become a child? The 7-star dragon was stunned. Did you cause the collapse of this city just now? Sun Wukong from the main time and space asked. So what? Do you still want to stop me? 7-star dragon asked back. Kakarot, ask slowly, Vegeta said as he transformed into Super Saiyan 4 and rushed towards 7-star dragon. 7-star dragon looked at the aggressive Vegeta and was so scared that he wanted to escape underground. Unexpectedly, before he could get into the hole, Vegeta grabbed his tail and threw him into the air. Then, Vegeta put his hands on his chest, and the energy of his whole body continued to gather in his hands, forming a dazzling golden ball of light, which blasted towards Seven-Star Dragon. Final flash. Ah! Seven-Star Dragon screamed in midair and was directly destroyed by Vegeta. Vegeta picked up the Dragon Ball on the ground and looked at it. It turned out to be a Seven-Star Dragon Ball. Vegeta, how do you know he is an evil dragon? Asked Sun Wukong in the main time and space. Kakarot, I noticed when I just flew over here that the ball on this mouse's head is very similar to a Dragon Ball, but it's black. Kakarot, it seems that evil dragons are all inlaid with, embedded with a Dragon Ball. The main time and space Vegeta explained. Then let's go look for it somewhere else. On the other side. Ling Tian, Broly and Cell, they are now looking for the 7 Dragon Balls over a sea area. When passing by a fishing village, they found something wrong. Why don't the fishermen go out to sea to fish? They are all gathered at the entrance of the village. Ling Tian went forward to find out that the fishermen were waiting for the gift of the Dragon God Princess on the shore. Since the arrival of the Dragon God Princess, they no longer have to risk going out to sea to fish. Every day at this time, the Dragon God Princess will give them countless seafood. Ling Tian, it seems that there is indeed an evil dragon here. Broly said. Then let's wait here, Ling Tian responded. In this way, Ling Tian, Broly and Cell waited for the arrival of the Dragon God Princess at the entrance of the village. Suddenly, the originally calm sea surface became turbulent. The Dragon God Princess has arrived. The fishermen cheered. Ling Tian and others immediately looked forward and saw a woman floating on the sea. The woman's skin was pale blue. She was wearing a green dress, a pair of metal bracelets on her hands, long purple hair down to her ankles, and a round bead on her forehead. This woman was the 6-Star Dragon, also known as the Ocean Dragon, the dragon of water and wind. She was an evil dragon born from the negative energy generated by Oolong asking Shenlong for a girl's underwear. Ling Tian, look, is that a Dragon Ball? After seeing the woman, Cell quickly noticed the round bead on her forehead. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a 6-Star Dragon Ball. It seems this is the 6-Star Dragon. Ling Tian counted. Who are you? Where did Sun Wukong go? 6-Star Dragon asked. It doesn't matter who we are, what matters is that you can't wait for him to come. Ling Tian responded. You are so arrogant, quote, 6-Star Dragon said as he condensed a large amount of air bombs around her body. Air split air bomb, 6-Star Dragon shouted, and the air bombs around him were like marbles, attacking Ling Tian, Broly and Cell together. The 3 of them condensed energy to wrap their whole bodies, forming a protective shield. Bang! Boom! The air bombs hit the protective shield, and huge explosions sounded. The storm generated by the explosion of the air bombs blew the houses and trees in the fishing village into pieces. How is it possible? 6-Star Dragon looked at the 3 people who were unharmed with a shocked face. It's time to end, quote, Ling Tian said as he clenched his hands in the air, and a purple-red, air sickle, appeared in his hands. He flashed and instantly appeared in front of the 6-Star Dragon, waving the air sickle, and slashing at the 6-Star Dragon. Before the 6-Star Dragon could react, Ling Tian was cut into countless pieces. After destroying the 6-Star Dragon, Ling Tian successfully got the 6-Star Dragon Ball. Broly, Cell, let's go to the next place, Ling Tian said to the 2 people who were watching the show in the distance. The 3 of them took off into the air and performed the air dance technique to fly eastward. The poisonous fog was sucked away by the evil dragon. In an abandoned city on Earth. At this time, there was an evil dragon with green skin and a frog-like appearance, creating a hot mist that spread to the entire Earth. Anyone who came into contact with the poisonous fog would have their strength and energy sucked away. This evil dragon is called the 2-Star Dragon, also known as the Haze Dragon, and as the Dragon of Pollution. Giljilu, Dragon Balls are found, there is a Dragon Ball reaction ahead. Giljilu, take us there, Xiaofang said. Swoosh. GT Sun Wukong and Vegeta hurriedly followed. Just as the 2-Star Dragon was polluting the surrounding environment, 3 figures and a robot suddenly fell from the sky. Sun Wukong, it's you. It's because of your wish that our evil dragon was born, 2-Star Dragon said. Then are you the evil dragon born from that wish? GT Sun Wukong asked. It seems that you don't remember, so I'll tell you. When you were a child, Sun Wukong, you used the Dragon Ball to resurrect the father of a little boy. I was born from that wish. Two-star dragon responded. You are talking about Upa's father. GT Sun Wukong remembered it immediately. Now I will destroy the earth. Two-star dragon's breath continued to increase, and the poisonous fog spread faster and faster. The larger the range of the poisonous fog, the stronger the two-star dragon. I won't let you succeed. GT Sun Wukong attacked two-star dragon in his normal state. Unexpectedly, he was knocked away by two-star dragon with one punch. Two-star dragon wanted to take advantage of the victory and get rid of Sun Wukong in one breath. Xiaofang saw this and hurried forward to stop him, punching and kicking two-star dragon, but did not cause any harm. Two-star dragon smiled and shook his head, grabbed Xiaofang and threw her into the dark lake. Xiaofang! GT Sun Wukong shouted. Two-star dragon flashed and instantly appeared behind Sun Wukong, kicking Sun Wukong into the lake. Ha ha ha, I didn't expect Sun Wukong to be so easy to deal with. Two-star dragon laughed out loud. Stinky toad, what are you laughing at? Two-star dragon turned his head and saw that there was still a person floating in the air. You dare to call me a toad, you die. Two-star dragon said, and opened his mouth to spit out a poisonous mist, attacking GT Vegeta. How disgusting. GT Vegeta hurriedly retreated. I won't be like Kakarot, who has to lower his strength to fight a small minion. Hey! GT Vegeta roared, directly transformed into Super Saiyan 4, and attacked Two-Star Dragon. How can you be so powerful? Two-Star Dragon was shocked. GT Vegeta ignored Two-Star Dragon. He flashed and instantly appeared behind Two-Star Dragon, knocking him away with one punch. Before Two-Star Dragon could stabilize his body in the air, GT Vegeta punched him into the ground with another heavy punch. Boom! A huge deep pit was smashed into the ground by Two-Star Dragon. Two-Star Dragon soared into the sky and continuously released poisonous fog to attack. Stinky Toad, you only know this one trick, go to hell. GT Vegeta's body energy continued to flow out and gathered on his palm, forming a purple energy ball, and blasted towards Two-Star Dragon in the air. Afterburner. Two-Star Dragon could not avoid it and was directly hit by the energy cannon. Bang! With a huge explosion, Two-Star Dragon was destroyed and turned back into a normal Two-Star star. After Two-Star Dragon disappeared, the poisonous fog gradually dissipated. Suddenly, GT Sun Wukong rushed out of the lake with Xiaofang. Vegeta, where is the Two-Star Dragon? GT Sun Wukong asked. GT Vegeta threw the Dragon Ball in his hand and said, I have solved it. But, Kakarot, do you still want to win the game? Vegeta, what's wrong? GT Sun Wukong was puzzled. This kind of rubbish can be killed instantly with just one move, and you are still playing with him slowly in normal state. I think Ling Tian and the others are about to collect all the other Dragon Balls. GT Vegeta said. Ha ha ha, Vegeta, I forgot about this matter when I fought. GT Sun Wukong responded with a smile. Kakarot you. GT Vegeta took off directly and flew away. Vegeta, wait for us. GT Sun Wukong shouted. In an abandoned city on Earth. At this time, there was a man with red skin and a long appearance. The bird-like evil dragon is destroying the city. This evil dragon is called Five-Star Dragon. Although Five-Star Dragon is much smaller than other evil dragons, it has amazing power and can continuously release lightning. He can also create electrical mucus, which can absorb the energy from all objects, and the absorbed energy will be continuously converted into his own power in the body. Sizzle. Just as Five-Star Dragon released lightning wantonly and continuously destroyed the city. Son Gohan in the distance sensed the evil breath, and then took Paragus to perform instant teleportation. Piccolo saw this and quickly performed instant teleportation to keep up. Swish, swish, Son Gohan, Paragus and Piccolo from the main time and space appeared in front of Five-Star Dragon. Son Gohan, Piccolo, where is Son Goku? Why are you the only ones here? Five-Star Dragon said. Dad, he is somewhere else now, fighting with other evil dragons. Son Gohan responded. Really? In that case, I'll get rid of you first, and then get rid of Son Goku. Five-Star Dragon said. Then it depends on whether you have the strength. Ha! The main time and space Son Gohan and Paragus directly transformed into Super Saiyan 4. Piccolo also released all his aura and rushed towards Five-Star Dragon. What? So strong. Seeing this, 5-star dragon immediately condensed lightning, a huge lightning ball, and blasted towards Son Gohan and the other two. Dragon Ball Lightning. Paragus slapped the lightning ball into the air with a slap. Piccolo put his right hand fingers on his forehead and kept accumulating power, and the energy gathered at his fingertips and fired at 5-star dragon. Magic Lightning Killing Cannon. 5-star dragon was startled and quickly manipulated the electrical slime on the ground to form a protective wall to protect himself. Bang! The magic light killing cannon hit the protective wall, and the protective wall shook violently, as if it would break in the next moment. Unexpectedly, it still blocked Piccolo's attack in the end. The 5-star dragon electrical mucus can absorb the energy of objects, and the energy of a city can barely block Piccolo's attack. Who? The 5-star dragon was panting heavily, and he almost died in Piccolo's hands. This protective shield is interesting, Paragus said. Humph! Piccolo snorted coldly. No, I will die if I continue like this. I have to leave quickly and absorb the energy of more cities. I will definitely defeat them. The 5-star dragon turned around and ran. Still want to run. Son Gohan moved in front of the 5-star dragon in an instant and kicked it towards Paragus. Paragus punched the 5-star dragon into the sky. Then, the three of them began to continuously condense energy and released their special moves. Kamehameha, Magic Flash, Magic Light Cannon. 5-star dragon was far from the ground and was hit head-on by 3 energies without any protection. Boom! 5-star dragon was destroyed without even a scream. A round spherical object fell from the sky, and Son Gohan caught it. Uncle Piccolo, it's the 5-star ball. Son Gohan said. Finally there's a Dragon Ball, let's go find another one. Piccolo responded. Swoosh! The three of them took off and flew away. The sky is full of fog, and the sky is full of fog. In the ruins of a city on Earth. At this time, there was a human-shaped evil dragon with blue skin and a pair of wings behind him, walking forward. Every step he took, the ground in front of him would freeze. This man is called Shangxinglong, also known as the Ice Dragon. He can control the freezing air and create ice that cannot melt. He was born from the negative energy generated by GT Son Goku and others using the Dragon Ball to make a wish to completely clear the memory of Majin Buu on Earth. Swoosh! Suddenly, 3 figures appeared above the abandoned city. Shangxinglong stopped and turned around as if he had noticed it, and saw Ling Tian, Broly and Cell floating in the air. Who are you? Do you know where Sun Wukong is? 3-star dragon asked. Ling Tian, why does this evil dragon feel different from the previous evil dragon? Broly asked. Broly, don't look at him as polite and gentle, but he is a very despicable guy who will do anything to achieve his goals. Ling Tian explained. Oh, I didn't expect you to find out. 3-star dragon said with a slight smile. You are such a person, I almost got fooled by you. Broly said angrily. Ha ha ha, you can only blame yourself for being too naive, you are the same as Sun Wukong. 3-star dragon laughed. Ling Tian, let me deal with this person. Broly said. Ling Tian nodded. I am different from Kakarot. Broly roared, burst out all his breath, and rushed towards 3-star dragon. Seeing this, 3-star dragon quickly adjusted his state, condensed energy, and sent out freezing light waves from his wings to attack Broly. Broly dodged the attack easily, and the abandoned building behind him was hit by the light wave and instantly turned into an ice sculpture. Broly punched the 3-star dragon, and the 3-star dragon arched into a shrimp shape and flew backwards. Boom! The 3-star dragon hit the abandoned building, and the building collapsed, burying the 3-star dragon directly. A huge dust storm was immediately raised on the ground. The dust dispersed, and the 3-star dragon crawled out of the ruins in a mess. The 3-star dragon said, and a freezing light suddenly shot out of his eyes. Broly was frozen into an ice sculpture before he could avoid it. Hey! Before the 3-star dragon showed a victorious smile, Broly roared in a low voice and transformed into a Super Saiyan 2. The ice on his body instantly turned into dust and disappeared. Broly flashed and instantly appeared in front of the 3-star dragon, grabbed the 3-star dragon's head, and pressed it to the ground and rubbed it. Ah! The 3-star dragon had no ability to resist and could only make a miserable cry. After Broly's beating, the 3-star dragon collapsed on the ground and did not move. It's time to end. Broly threw the 3-star dragon into the air, condensed an energy ball in his hand, and threw it at the three-star dragon in the air. A huge meteor. The ordinary energy ball grew into a giant energy ball the moment it was thrown. How can it be so strong? The three-star dragon said weakly. The three-star dragon thought that he would be killed by this energy ball. Bang! Suddenly, a beam of energy blasted the three-star dragon away, successfully avoiding the attack of the energy ball. Brawly looked up to see who stopped him. On the roof of an abandoned building, there stood a person who looked exactly like the three-star dragon, but this person had golden skin all over his body. The person was the three-star dragon's younger brother, the four-star dragon. The four-star dragon's body temperature was the same as the sun, and it could be raised to 60,000 times the energy of the evil dragon. However, the personalities of the four-star dragon and the three-star dragon are completely different. They are polite and upright. The four-star dragon was born from the negative energy when Piccolo wished to restore his youth when Sun Wukong was still a child, so he and Sun Wukong have a mutual understanding. Four-star dragon. The three-star dragon said as he got up from the ground with difficulty. Ling Tian, here comes another evil dragon. If we can defeat them, we will win this game. Cell said. Then you go up and fight quickly. Ling Tian responded. Hey! Cell roared and released all his breath, rushing towards the four-star dragon. Wait! The four-star dragon suddenly spoke. What do you want to do? Cell was puzzled. I don't want to fight with you. My target is only Sun Wukong. The four-star dragon said. Who cares who your target is? Exclamation mark quote. Cell said angrily. Cell thought the four-star dragon would give him a good explanation, but he just wanted to fight with Son Goku. With a flash, he instantly appeared in front of the four-star dragon and blasted it away with a punch. Everywhere on the earth, everyone had sensed it when Brawly burst out his breath. Now Cell burst out his breath to fight again. It seems that Ling Tian doesn't have many evil dragons. Everyone performed instant movement and yearned for Ling Tian's location. Shua, Shua. Ling Tian turned his head and found that everyone had come here. Why are you here? Not looking for Dragon Balls? Ling Tian asked. GT Vegeta tossed the Dragon Ball in his hand and said, I have found one. Uncle Ling Tian, we also found one. Son Gohan took out the Dragon Ball in his pocket. Didn't you and Vegeta find the main time and space Son Goku? Piccolo asked. How is it possible? Quote, the main time and space Vegeta also took out a Dragon Ball. It seems that I will win the game. Ling Tian said. Boom. Without the four-star dragon's interference, Brawly sent the three-star dragon away with an energy bomb. Brawly picked up the three-star ball on the ground and returned to Ling Tian's side. Kakarot, we have two now, and we will have three after Cell finishes dealing with the four-star dragon. Brawly said. It's all your fault for dawdling. The two Vegetas said to the Sun Wukong next to them at the same time. This. Bang, bang, bang. In the distance, Cell and the four-star dragon kept fighting, from the ground to the air. Just when Cell's fist was about to hit the four-star dragon's body, the four-star dragon immediately raised its body temperature to a maximum of 6,000 degrees Celsius. What's going on? Quote, Cell looked at his burned right hand and felt the surroundings were very hot. Looking at the four-star dragon, he found that it was all emitted from him. Cell then used energy to condense a protective shield to protect himself. Seeing that Cell isolated the temperature, the four-star dragon soared into the sky, and his palms continued to gather high-temperature air, condensing into a huge fireball, and blasted towards Cell. Super Fireball. Cell put his hands on his waist and condensed energy to resist. Kameha Qigong Wave. Boom. The two energies collided in midair and exploded violently. It seems that your strength is only this little, then it's over. Ha! Cell said as he exploded again, and golden light came out of his body. The dazzling light forced Ling Tian and others to close their eyes. The light spread out, and Cell's originally green skin turned golden yellow, and Cell successfully transformed into Golden Cell. How is it possible? Quote, Four-star dragon couldn't believe that Cell had such a strong power. Cell flashed and instantly appeared in front of the four-star dragon, and blew it up with one punch. After the four-star dragon was destroyed, Cell picked up the four-star ball on the ground, flew into the air and flew towards Ling Tian and others. The two of them were so excited that they were so excited. Swoosh! Cell flew back from a distance and handed the Dragon Ball to Ling Tian. Cell, your transformation is so powerful. Why haven't I seen you use it before? Said the main space-time Sun Wukong. I realized this transformation after I blew myself up with Super 17 in the universe last time. Cell responded. Kaioshan Realm. GT Old Kai and GT Jepitel were watching Sun Wukong's progress in finding the Dragon Ball around the crystal ball. I didn't expect that Goku and the others found 6 Dragon Balls so quickly. GT Old Kai murmured. Ancestor, the people in another time and space are too strong. I feel that Cell's transformation just now has surpassed everyone. GT God Jebet said. What do you know? I told you to study more, but you went to herd cattle. GT Old Kai slapped Jebet on the head. Ancestor, isn't that right? GT God Jebet was puzzled. That Ling Tian is the strongest, followed by Broly, and finally Cell. Goku and others in another time and space should not be much different from ours. Didn't you see that it was Ling Tian who was giving orders all the time? And Ling Tian and Broly are also Saiyans. Even Goku and others can transform into Super Saiyan 4. Do you think they won't change? GT Old Kai touched his chin and said. Ancestor, I know. GT God Jebet nodded quickly. He didn't want to be beaten again. The two gathered around the crystal ball again and watched Sun Wukong and others on Earth. We have 6 Dragon Balls now, and we only need 1 to collect all the Dragon Balls. Broly said. Great, the Earth will not be destroyed. Xiao Fong said excitedly. Ling Tian, let's go find the last Dragon Ball. GT Sun Wukong said. No need, he's here. Ling Tian responded. Here, who's here? Everyone didn't understand what Ling Tian was talking about. 1-star dragon, why don't you come out? Ling Tian said. So, you've already discovered me. A voice came from the ruins, and a tall man with white skin appeared in front of everyone. This person has a pair of white horns on his head, a pair of black horns behind his back and on his arms, and a star-shaped Dragon Ball on his forehead. 1-star dragon was born from the negative energy formed after Dandy increased the power of the Dragon Ball. Are you 1-star dragon? GT Sun Wukong asked. Those trash are really useless. Even you can't deal with them. In the end, I have to deal with you, said Yi Xinglong. Yi Xinglong is cold and ruthless, looking down on other evil dragons and Sun Wukong and others. GT Sun Wukong transformed into Super Saiyan 4 and rushed towards Yi Xinglong. Humph, Kakarot got there first again. GT Vegeta snorted coldly. Yi Xinglong looked at the attacking GT Sun Wukong without caring, raised his right hand to take GT Sun Wukong's fist. Unexpectedly, he was hit in the abdomen by GT Sun Wukong's punch, and flew backwards in a shrimp shape. In the original work, GT Sun Wukong couldn't beat Yi Xinglong because he was the only one looking for the Dragon Ball with Xiaofeng, and he had consumed all his energy fighting with other evil dragons. How is that possible? Yi Xinglong was shocked. It seems that the other evil dragons didn't lose unfairly. You are indeed very powerful. Yi Xinglong stabilized his body in the air and attacked Sun Wukong. Bang, bang, bang. Yi Xinglong used his fists to hit GT Sun Wukong repeatedly. Bang. Suddenly, GT Sun Wukong grabbed Yi Xinglong's attacking fist. Yi Xinglong, is this all you have? GT Sun Wukong said. No matter how Yi Xinglong struggled, he could not break free from GT Sun Wukong's restraints. GT Sun Wukong hit Yi Xinglong's abdomen hard with his knee. Ah! Yi Xinglong screamed and spit out a mouthful of blood from his mouth. GT Sun Wukong blasted Yi Xinglong into the ground with a heavy punch. Boom! An explosion sounded, and a huge deep pit was smashed into the ground. Hey! Yi Xinglong roared and soared into the sky. Suddenly, he opened his mouth and sucked out, and a huge suction force immediately appeared from his mouth. The Dragon Balls that Ling Tian and the others had put in their pockets flew out. Dragon Ball. Everyone grabbed the Dragon Ball and refused to let it go. The Dragon Ball flew away, and Ling Tian shook his head at everyone. Seeing Ling Tian's instructions, they all let go of the hands holding the Dragon Ball. The Dragon Ball flew in the air and soon entered the mouth of 1-star dragon. Ling Tian, why did you give the Dragon Ball to 1-star dragon? GT Vegeta asked. After 1-star dragon swallows the Dragon Ball, it will evolve into Super 1-star dragon, which has very powerful strength and can also use the power of other evil dragons. In this way, you can go up and fight together. Ling Tian explained. After absorbing 6 Dragon Balls, 1-Star Dragon's breath continued to surge, and it successfully evolved into Super 1-Star Dragon. All the swallowed Dragon Balls were embedded in the chest of Super 1-Star Dragon. Sun Wukong, I will make you pay the price. Super 1-Star Dragon flashed and instantly appeared in front of GT Sun Wukong. Suddenly, the 5-Star Dragon Ball on the chest of Super 1-Star Dragon flashed, and a lightning bolt came out from the hand of Super 1-Star Dragon. GT Sun Wukong was unable to avoid it and was struck directly by the lightning. Then, the 3-Star Dragon Ball on the chest of Super 1-Star Dragon flashed, and a light containing freezing energy shot out from its eyes and landed on the chest of GT Sun Wukong. GT Sun Wukong, who had never fought an evil dragon, had no idea what the evil dragon was capable of, and was turned into an ice sculpture. Let's go together, Ling Tian said as he transformed into Super Saiyan 4 and rushed forward, kicking Super 1-Star Dragon away with one kick. The frozen GT Sun Wukong burst out with his breath and shattered all the ice. Since you want to die, I'll fulfill your wish. Super 1-Star Dragon turned his head and said to Ling Tian. The 4-Star Dragon Ball on the chest of Super 1-Star Dragon flashed, and using the ability of the 4-Star Dragon, the temperature of his body rose to 6,000 degrees Celsius, concentrating a large amount of high-temperature flames to make his body burn continuously, and countless super-large fireballs were fired from his hands towards Ling Tian. Flustered Fire Needle. Ling Tian saw this and used energy to condense a protective shield on his body. He ignored Super 1-Star Dragon's attack and rushed forward directly. Bang! Bang! The fireball hit the protective shield, making a loud noise. How is it possible? Can't even break the protective shield. Super 1-Star Dragon was stunned. Ling Tian appeared in front of Super 1-Star Dragon and kept swinging his fists to attack. Super 1-Star Dragon was beaten back again and again. Who? Super 1-Star Dragon gasped. Super 1-Star Dragon, you can't only have this strength after absorbing the Dragon Ball. Ling Tian said. You forced me to do it. Super 1-Star Dragon shouted, and the 7 Dragon Balls on his chest emitted a dazzling light to fulfill his wish. The negative energy continued to increase, and the combat power continued to improve. Super 1-Star Dragon has become stronger again. I am going to fight him too. Just continue to watch the show. Broly transformed into Super Saiyan 4 and rushed towards Super 1-Star Dragon. The old man was very angry. HMPH, you don't know your own strength. Super 1-Star Dragon snorted coldly at Broly who was attacking him. Then he sprayed a black negative energy ray from his mouth and shot it at Broly. Death Ray. Broly slapped the ray away with a casual slap, and instantly appeared in front of Super 1-Star Dragon. He grabbed his head with his big hand and pressed it to the ground. Broly pressed Super 1-Star Dragon's head and ran wildly in the ruins. No matter how Super 1-Star Dragon struggled, he couldn't get rid of Broly's restraints and could only scream. Broly pressed Super 1-Star Dragon to pile up in the ruins, and then kicked Super 1-Star Dragon into the air. GT Sun Wukong dodged and instantly appeared above Super 1-Star Dragon, and punched it into the ground with a heavy punch. Boom! Super 1-Star Dragon hit the ground with a loud bang, and a huge deep pit was directly smashed into the ground. Super 1-Star Dragon didn't expect that he used the Dragon Ball to make a wish to increase negative energy, but there was still a big gap between him and them. Before Super 1-Star Dragon came out of the deep pit, the rest of the Saiyans all transformed into Super Saiyan 4, and Cell also turned into Golden Cell and surrounded the deep pit. Piccolo in the main time and space took Xiaofang to a safe place to watch the battle. If Xiaofang didn't need someone to protect her, Piccolo would have rushed up to beat her up. What's going on? Why are there so many Super Saiyan 4s? Super 1-Star Dragon came out of the deep pit and saw so many powerful people surrounding him, and cold sweat broke out on his forehead. Without waiting for Super 1-Star Dragon to think too much, Ling Tian dodged and instantly appeared in front of Super 1-Star Dragon, punching him in the abdomen. Super 1-Star Dragon arched into a shrimp shape and flew backwards. Super 1-Star Dragon hurriedly stabilized his body in the air, condensed energy in his hands and wanted to fight back. Unexpectedly, GT Vegeta kicked Super 1-Star Dragon in the waist from behind. Super 1-Star Dragon's energy release was interrupted and flew backwards again. The people in the main time and space and the GT people didn't care about Super 1 Star Dragon's screams, and attacked Super 1 Star Dragon one after another, starting a righteous group fight. Super 1 Star Dragon was kicked around by everyone like a ball. Super 1 Star Dragon roared and soared into the sky. The 6-star dragon ball on his chest flashed, and his hands continuously released blade-like air bullets to attack. This is the move of the 6-star dragon. Brawly and Cell saw this and used energy to condense a protective shield on their bodies. Ignoring the attack of the air bullets, they rushed towards the Super 1 Star Dragon. Brawly and Cell waved their fists and kept hitting the Super 1 Star Dragon. Bang, bang, bang. After being hit several times in a row, the Super 1 Star Dragon fell directly from the air. Paragus flashed and instantly appeared next to the Super 1 Star Dragon, kicking it in front of Son Gohan. Son Gohan saw this and raised his hands above his head, condensed energy, and blasted towards the Super 1 Star Dragon. Magic Flash. The Super 1 Star Dragon was directly hit by the energy. Boom! A violent explosion sounded in the air. The smoke cleared, and Super 1 Star Dragon appeared with wounds all over his body. You all deserve to die. Ha! Suddenly, Super 1 Star Dragon shouted loudly, and the 7 dark dragon balls in his chest emitted evil negative energy, forming a huge dark red energy bomb. Super 1 Star Dragon lifted the negative energy bomb with his right hand, and his body flew hundreds of meters high. You and the Earth will be destroyed together. Super 1 Star Dragon blasted the condensed negative energy bomb in his hand to the ground. Soon, the negative energy bomb fell only a few dozen meters away from the ground. Swish! Just at this time, Ling Tian used instant movement to appear under the negative energy bomb, and kicked forward with his right foot. The negative energy bomb was kicked out of the earth by Ling Tian and flew into the universe. Boom! With a huge explosion, the negative energy bomb exploded outside the earth. My strongest attack was so easily resolved. Super 1 Star Dragon was shocked. Super 1 Star Dragon, it seems that your strength is only this much. Ling Tian said. If you didn't have so many people, I wouldn't be like this. Super 1 Star Dragon said unwillingly. You can also go and call for help. Ling Tian said with a smile. Brawly condensed energy in his chest, and instantly appeared in front of Super 1 Star Dragon, hugging him. Boom! The energy exploded violently, and Super 1 Star Dragon was blown away again. The 6 dragon balls that were swallowed were all knocked out and fell to the ground. 1 Star Dragon endured the severe pain and absorbed the 6 dragon balls that fell to the ground again, turning back into Super 1 Star Dragon. After knowing the strength of Super 1 Star Dragon, Ling Tian no longer had the idea of continuing to fight, and kicked Super 1 Star Dragon into the air with a flash. It's time to end, Ling Tian said as he put his hand on his waist and condensed energy. After hearing Ling Tian's words, the GT people and the main time and space people also condensed energy and released their own special moves. Kamehameha Qigong Wave, Final Flash, Massive Meteors. The colorful energy blasted towards the Super 1 Star Dragon in the air. No, Super 1 Star Dragon roared unwillingly. Boom! Accompanied by a violent explosion, the Super 1 Star Dragon was reduced to ashes and completely disappeared from this world. After the Super 1 Star Dragon disappeared, the 7 dragon balls on his body also turned back to normal dragon balls and fell on the ground. Seeing the end of the battle, Piccolo teleported with Xiaofang and the robot Jilu to Ling Tian and others. Jilu, found the dragon balls, found the dragon balls. Xiaofang ran over and picked up the 7 normal dragon balls. Grandpa, we succeeded, Xiaofang said excitedly. Seeing this, everyone exited the transformation and changed their bodies back to their original appearance. GT Sun Wukong took the Dragon Ball from Xiaofang and was about to summon it to restore the Earth to its original state. Unexpectedly, before GT Sun Wukong could speak, a golden light flashed and the dragon suddenly appeared in the air. Unlike the usual summoning of the dragon, the sky did not darken this time. What's going on? I haven't even said the spell yet, and the dragon came out. GT Sun Wukong scratched his head and said, Ling Tian, what's going on? GT Vegeta said. Don't worry, the dragon will explain it to you later. Ling Tian responded. The dragon in the air flashed red eyes, looked at GT Sun Wukong and said, Sun Wukong, this time hell and the human world are connected, and why the evil dragon appeared, I think you should have understood it. Is it because of this that the Dragon Ball has become wrong? GT Sun Wukong said. This is all because you rely too much on the Dragon Ball and abuse the Dragon Ball. From now on, the Dragon Ball will no longer be used by you humans, and this dragon is the same. Said the dragon. Can't use the Dragon Ball. GT Vegeta said. Yeah, the dragon nodded and responded. Shenlong, I know we relied too much on the Dragon Balls in the past, but if everything that happened now is because of the Dragon Balls, I want to ask you one last time, please help us restore the Earth and revive those innocent dead humans. GT Sun Wukong pleaded. Okay, but this is the last time. Shenlong's eyes sparkled as he restored the Earth and resurrected the innocent dead lives one after another. Okay, GT Sun Wukong, come with me too, Shenlong said. The two of them were very close. Shenlong, where are you taking Kakarot? GT Vegeta asked. Vegeta met Kakarot when he first invaded the Earth, and then fought against Frieza on Namek. After countless battles, although he always said it indifferently, he had a very good relationship with Kakarot. Grandpa, where are you going? Xiaofang grabbed GT Sun Wukong. This I want to go to the same place with Shenlong. GT Sun Wukong responded. GT Sun Wukong, let's go. Shenlong urged. Kakarot, you are not allowed to leave. GT Vegeta roared. Vegeta, don't be like this. GT Sun Wukong was very embarrassed. Shenlong, we want to go together too. At this time, Ling Tian, who was standing aside, spoke. Shenlong hesitated in the face of Ling Tian's request. Suddenly, Shenlong in the air seemed to be talking to someone and kept nodding. After the conversation, Shenlong said to Ling Tian and others, you have those people who want to leave together. Ling Tian didn't expect Shenlong to agree to his request. Before crossing, he wanted to know what kind of place the Dragon God Realm was, and whether there were really many Shenlongs living in it. Main Time and Space Sun Wukong, do you want to go with me? Ling Tian asked. Of course we have to go together. Everyone in the Main Time and Space nodded quickly. I want to go too. GT Vegeta said. Grandpa, I want to go too. Xiaofang said. Xiaofang, don't go. Your mother is still waiting for you at home, and you have to go back to tell Gohan and the others about the news here. GT Sun Wukong responded. Grandpa, when will you come back? Xiaofang hugged GT Sun Wukong's hand tightly. Xiaofang, I will be back soon. GT Sun Wukong said. He didn't know when he would be back, so he could only lie to Xiaofang first. Okay then, Grandpa, I'll wait for you at home. Xiaofang said. If you want to go together, sit on me. Shenlong said. GT Sun Wukong, GT Vegeta and Ling Tian, Broly, Cell, Sun Wukong, Sun Gohan, Vegeta, Piccolo, and Paragus from the Main Time and Space sat on Shenlong's back. Goodbye, Xiaofang. GT Sun Wukong waved and said loudly. Shenlong took Ling Tian and others to fly in the air. A few minutes later, Ling Tian and others could feel that they had left the Earth, and now they could not sense Xiaofang's breath at all. Suddenly, a huge space crack appeared in front of them, and Shenlong plunged into it. Through the space crack, Ling Tian and others appeared in an unfamiliar space. What came into view was an extremely huge green planet. There is only one planet in the entire universe. Ling Tian was shocked. Shenlong took Ling Tian and others to fly to the planet. As soon as they entered the planet, they saw countless giant dragons over 100 meters long soaring in the air and making loud roars. Why are there so many dragons here? GT Vegeta asked. This is the Dragon God Realm, where all the dragons live. There are all kinds of nests on the planet, and there are different dragons living in them. Shenlong said. Shenlong took Ling Tian and others to continue soaring on the planet, and indeed saw many dragons hovering above the nests. After soaring for dozens of minutes, Shenlong brought Ling Tian and others to an extremely huge palace. Okay, we're here, Shenlong said to Ling Tian and others. As soon as Ling Tian and others landed on the palace, Shenlong flew away. What's going on? Why did Shenlong leave? Broly said. Swoosh. Suddenly, two people flew out of the palace. Their skin was red, their limbs were similar to those of humans, but their heads were dragon heads. One held a spear, and the other wore a long sword on his waist. They wore the same armor and exuded a very strong aura. Ling Tian, they are so strong. Brawly said. Much stronger than us. Ling Tian nodded. Come with me, the dragon man holding a spear said and walked into the palace. Ling Tian walked forward first, and everyone followed him. Along the way, you can see that there are many powerful dragon men holding weapons guarding the palace. After going around in circles, everyone finally came to the inside of the palace. On the throne sat a 3-meter tall, golden-bodied dragon. He was extremely burly, with 2 golden horns on his head, very strong muscles, and the whole person exuded endless majesty and terrifying aura. Under the throne, there were 2 dragon men who looked exactly the same, holding weapons and standing on the left and right, looking like 2 guards. Are you the dragon god Salama? Ling Tian asked. Ling Tian, is the dragon god the god of all dragons? GT Sun Wukong asked. How dare you? You are not allowed to be rude to adults. The guard on the right said and was about to take action. You step down, the man on the throne said lightly. The guard quickly stepped aside after hearing this. Yes, I am the dragon god Salama, the master of the dragon god realm. Salama responded. I agree to you coming to the dragon god realm because I need your help with something. Salama said. What is it? Ling Tian asked. The 7 dragon balls were originally created to fulfill your wishes. When your wishes are fulfilled, the strength of our dragons will also increase. When the strength reaches a certain level, they can transform into human form. However, excessive use of the dragon balls will generate negative energy, and the dragons will degenerate into evil dragons. When the evil dragons are destroyed, or when the evil dragons destroy the planet and universe, they will automatically return to the dragon god realm. Salamar explained to everyone. What do you want us to do? Ling Tian asked. We dragons cannot attack the evil dragons, and the evil dragons will not attack the dragons. I want you to destroy the evil dragons and turn the evil dragons back to their original appearance. Salama said. It's great to be able to fight again. GT Sun Wukong and the main time and space Sun Wukong said excitedly. No problem. Ling Tian nodded in response. Salamar waved his hand, and a token appeared in everyone's hands. What is the use of this token? Ling Tian asked. This is the pass between the dragon god realm and the outside world. Without the permission of the dragoness, you cannot enter or leave the dragon god realm at will. With this token, you can return to your time and space. Salama responded. Great, this way you can go back. GT Sun Wukong cheered. Ling Tian was also a little confused. He couldn't enter and leave at will, and didn't know if he could go out through time and space. If he didn't get the token and couldn't go out through time and space, he would stay in the dragon god realm forever. Long Yi, take them to get familiar with the dragon god realm and arrange a place for them to live. Salama ordered the guards on the side. Okay, sir. Come with me, Long Yi said and walked forward. Ling Tian and others followed Long Yi out of the palace. The palace is in the center of the dragon god realm. Most of the dragons in the west are already fallen evil dragons, the east is where the newly born dragons live, and the dragons in the south and north are the dragons you summoned with the dragon balls to fulfill your wishes. Long Yi explained. How strong are the evil dragons in the west? GT Sun Wukong asked. The battle was won. How strong is it? I'm not sure about this either, we haven't fought it yet. Long Yi responded. How does the evil dragon we just solved on Earth compare to the evil dragon in the west? Ling Tian asked. Well, the strength of the evil dragon is related to the degree of fulfillment of wishes. The Shenlong on your Earth is the lowest Shenlong, and the strength of the evil dragon born will be relatively weak. Long Yi explained. Weaker. Everyone was stunned. My strongest transformation now may not be able to beat the previous evil dragon. Paragus said. What should we do then? According to this division, our Super Saiyan 4 transformation can't help you eliminate the evil dragon at all. GT Vegeta said. We have already considered this. You can fight against the weaker evil dragons first, and then challenge the stronger ones after your strength is improved. If you die in battle unexpectedly, we will also make a wish to revive you. Long Yi responded. Then if you fulfill your wish, there will be no negative energy. GT Sun Wukong said. Ha ha ha, you underestimate the dragon god realm too much. We have hundreds of millions of dragons here, and I can also fulfill wishes. Long Yi said with a smile. You can also fulfill wishes. Isn't it only the dragons that can do that? Ling Tian asked. All dragon people are transformed from dragons after training. After the transformation, the miracle power will be retained, so it is possible to fulfill wishes. However, the transformed dragon people will stay in the dragon god realm forever and will no longer be summoned by the outside world to fulfill wishes. Long Yi explained. So that's how it is. Ling Tian and others nodded. You all have very strong talents. I will develop your potential. Long Yi said as he waved his hand. A golden light enveloped Ling Tian and others. Thank you so much, Ling Tian said gratefully. If you really want to thank me, just kill more evil dragons. Long Yi replied indifferently. Let's go. Let's go directly to the place where the evil dragons live in the west. Swoosh. Long Yi took Ling Tian and others into the air and flew westward. If we go directly like this, we won't be besieged by evil dragons, right? GT Vegeta asked. Evil dragons have their own nests. You can find the evil dragons of any level you want to challenge. There are basically 7 evil dragons in each nest. Only a few nests have 2 evil dragons. You don't have to worry. Long Yi responded. 2 evil dragons. Shouldn't there be 7 evil dragons? Son Gohan asked. The dragons on your Earth need 7 Dragon Balls to make a wish, but some dragons only need 2 Dragon Balls to make a wish, and there are only 2 evil dragons with 2 Dragon Balls. Long Yi explained. This is the first time I've heard that you can make a wish with only 2 Dragon Balls. Son Gohan responded. After flying for most of the day, everyone finally arrived at the place where the evil dragons lived in the west. Long Yi found a flat place, and with a wave of his hand, a huge house appeared in front of Ling Tian and others. You will live here in the future. If you want to fight the evil dragon, just fly forward. Long Yi said. I can't wait to fight. GT Son Goku said. Then what do we eat every day? Son Gohan asked. Yes, I won't have the strength to fight if I don't eat. Main Time and Space Son Goku said. You don't have to worry about food. I will arrange people to deliver food to you every day. I hope you can kill more evil dragons. I'm leaving first. Quote. Long Yi said as he flew towards the palace. Now that the food and lodging issues have been resolved, I will go and destroy the evil dragon now. GT Vegeta said. Wait, GT Vegeta. Ling Tian called out to GT Vegeta who was about to leave. Ling Tian, what's wrong? GT Vegeta was puzzled. Long Yi said that there are 7 evil dragons or 2 evil dragons in a nest. They may swallow the Dragon Balls to evolve after the battle. How can you solve it alone? Ling Tian said. This, GT Vegeta, you will go with GT Sun Wukong, the main Time and Space Sun Wukong, and the main Time and Space Vegeta to destroy the evil dragon in the future. This is a good idea. Vegeta responded. When you encounter a very strong evil dragon, remember to use the fusion technique. Ling Tian said. We know. The 4 of them flew into the air and went to find the evil dragon's lair. Uncle Ling Tian, what should we do? Son Gohan asked. Gohan, you go with Broly, Cell, Piccolo, and Paragus. Ling Tian responded. Ling Tian, can you do it alone? Broly said. Broly, don't you believe in my strength? Even if we die, Long Yi and the others will revive us. Ling Tian responded. Ling Tian didn't want to fight with Broly and the others this time. With so many powerful evil dragons, he could challenge them alone. Anyway, he had a system that could revive them infinitely. Okay then, Broly nodded. Broly, you guys should keep up the good work. I hope that your strength will be greatly improved when we meet next time. Quote. Ling Tian said and flew away. After Ling Tian flew forward for a few minutes, he saw many evil nests. There are so many evil dragons in the Dragon God realm. It seems that all the evil dragons in the Dragon Ball world are here. Ling Tian landed on a nest that was smaller than the other nests. Ling Tian walked into the nest. The inside of the nest was in tatters and was polluted by negative energy. Hey, who are you, kid? A man appeared in front of Ling Tian out of thin air. I'm here to destroy you. Ling Tian responded indifferently. Ha ha ha, destroy us. Laughter came from the depths of the nest, and 6 more evil dragons came out. They look completely different from the evil dragons on Earth. It seems that they are evil dragons born from other dragons. Ling Tian murmured. Hey, quote. Ling Tian roared and transformed into Super Saiyan 4, with violent energy covering his whole body instantly. This guy looks quite powerful. 3-star dragon and 7-star dragon attacked Ling Tian from the left and right. Bang! 3-star dragon kicked Ling Tian in the head, and 7-star dragon punched Ling Tian. Ling Tian mocked without moving. Didn't you two eat? You're looking for death. 7-star dragon pressed forward with both hands. A gravity suddenly appeared on Ling Tian, and Ling Tian was directly pressed to the ground. It seems that the abilities of evil dragons born from different dragons will also be different. Quote. Ling Tian slowly stood up from the ground. Under the pressure of gravity, his ability to pass on his bloodline was manifested. The violent energy in his body continued to increase, and his combat power continued to improve. Ling Tian clenched his hands in the void, and a purple-red, air sickle, appeared in his hand. He appeared in front of the 7-star dragon in an instant, waving the air sickle to chop at the 7-star dragon. The 3-star dragon appeared instantly and blocked the 7-star dragon with his body. The 3-star dragon was cut in half by Ling Tian's air sickle, fell to the ground, and disappeared directly. 7-star dragon, your ability is useless to him. The voice of the 3-star dragon came from behind Ling Tian. Ling Tian turned his head and found that the 3-star dragon was standing intact. It seems that this 3-star dragon can create a clone or a puppet to resist damage. The 3-star dragon was in a state of panic, and the 3-star dragon was in a state of panic. Ling Tian moved in an instant and appeared behind the 3-star dragon. A golden dragon head appeared on his fist and he blasted at the 3-star dragon. Dragon Fist. Before the 3-star dragon could react, it was pierced by Ling Tian's fist and lost its life breath. It turned back into a 3-star ball and fell to the ground. 3-star dragon. The other 6 evil dragons didn't expect that the 3-star dragon would be killed in one move. Ling Tian picked up the fist-sized 3-star ball from the ground and put it into the storage ring. He didn't want the other evil dragons to absorb the dragon ball to evolve. The 7-star dragon exerted gravity on Ling Tian again, and the other 5 evil dragons also attacked Ling Tian. Bang, bang, bang. The evil dragon's fists kept hitting Ling Tian, but Ling Tian didn't care. This was the feeling he wanted. The super bloodline continued to increase his combat power in the battle. Ling Tian used energy to condense a protective shield on his body, and then put his hands on his head to perform the Sun Fist. Ah! A dazzling light emanated from Ling Tian, and the eyes of the 6 evil dragons were temporarily blinded. Ling Tian condensed energy on his right hand and turned it into a giant blade to chop at the 6 evil dragons. Earth-shattering slash. 3 of the 6 evil dragons were directly split in half, and Ling Tian put the 3 dragon balls into the storage ring. The 1-star dragon, 4-star dragon, and 5-star dragon, who had regained their sight, were furious when they saw 3 more people being eliminated. The 4-star dragon and the 5-star dragon's breath continued to rise and shouted loudly, and their bodies exuded a freezing breath. Absolute zero. The freezing breath continued to spread around, freezing the nest, and the temperature in the nest continued to drop. Ling Tian couldn't help but shiver. He had to solve it quickly or he would be frozen to death. Ling Tian was about to attack the 3 people, but a black hole appeared in front of him. Ling Tian ran into it and returned to his original position. Ha ha ha, you will freeze to death here. Yi Xinglong laughed. Negative energy continued to flow out of Yi Xinglong's body, and a dark door with no end in sight was condensed behind him. Roar, woo, countless undead came out of the door and pounced on Ling Tian. The undead did not launch any attack in front of Ling Tian, but directly exploded. Bang, boom, explosions sounded everywhere for a while, and the undead disappeared after a few minutes of bombing. The smoke dissipated, and Ling Tian appeared in front of the 3 people with injuries all over his body. How is it possible? He didn't die like this. The 3 evil dragons couldn't believe it. They originally thought that Ling Tian would be frozen to death even if he was not blown to death. HMPH. I don't think this kid has any fighting ability anymore. Go and finish him off, 5-star dragon. 1-star dragon said with a cold snort. 5-star dragon used energy to condense an ice sword in his hand and slowly walked towards Ling Tian. Ling Tian's mouth slightly raised, and he took out a fairy bean from the storage ring and ate it. Go to hell. Five-star dragon raised the sword in his hand and was about to chop Ling Tian. Unexpectedly, Ling Tian grabbed Five-star dragon's wrist and punched him in the head. Bang! Five-star dragon was hit so hard that he saw stars. What's going on? Five-star dragon looked at Ling Tian and found that his injuries had completely recovered. Then, two golden lights appeared in Ling Tian's eyes and shot towards Five-star dragon. Light eyeliner. Two rays of light directly penetrated Five-star dragon's chest, and Five-star dragon vomited blood and died directly. Ling Tian put the Five-star ball into the storage ring. How did this guy recover from all his injuries? And where did he get the dragon ball? One-star dragon asked Four-star dragon. I don't know either. I just saw the dragon ball disappear in his hand. Four-star dragon responded. Hurry up and attack, he's coming. One-star dragon used energy to condense a dark energy bomb in his hand and blasted it towards Ling Tian. Four-star dragon kept emitting freezing rays with both hands, trying to freeze Ling Tian. Ling Tian put his hands on his waist to condense energy and prepared to blast the two. Turtle, Sect, Qi, Gong. Just when the energy was about to be released, Ling Tian teleported behind One-star dragon and Four-star dragon. Wave. What? One-star dragon and Four-star dragon did not expect Ling Tian to suddenly appear behind them. Boom! The Qi Gong wave directly swallowed the two evil dragons, causing a violent explosion. The two evil dragons were destroyed without even a scream. Ling Tian. He picked up the two dragon balls and flew out of the nest. He found a place at random and took out the 5 dragon balls in the storage ring. The 7 fist-sized dragon balls on the ground resonated with each other, emitting dazzling golden light. A dragon that Ling Tian had never seen before suddenly appeared in the air. The dragon did not speak, but flew towards the palace of the dragon god realm. It seems that the dragons in every universe and time and space are different. Ling Tian murmured. After resting outside for a while, Ling Tian found a huge nest and walked in. As soon as Ling Tian entered the nest, he transformed into Super Saiyan 4 and released all his breath. Swoosh! A sound of breaking wind came from a distance, and 7 evil dragons appeared in front of Ling Tian. What's going on? How can such a large nest be inhabited by evil dragons like those on Earth? Ling Tian was stunned. Let's get rid of them first. Ah! Ling Tian attacked the 7 evil dragons and killed 2 of them with 1 punch and 1 kick. We work together, this guy is too. The evil dragon didn't even finish his words before he was blasted by Ling Tian, who used instant teleportation. Ah! The other evil dragons had no ability to resist and were all killed by Ling Tian in 1 move. Ling Tian put away the 7 dragon balls and walked out of the cave. A golden light flashed, and the dragon appeared in the air. The dragon wanted to fly away as soon as it appeared. Dragon, wait! Ling Tian called the dragon. What do you want? Which kind of nest will have stronger evil dragons? Ling Tian asked. This nest is for random living. If you want to find a stronger evil dragon, I can't help you. Goodbye. After saying that, the dragon flew towards the location of the Dragon God Realm Palace. What the hell? Look for evil dragons randomly. Brawly and his friends should not be wiped out as soon as they enter a nest. Ling Tian was stunned. This was too unreliable. Forget it. Anyway, Salama and Long Yi will revive Brawly and his friends. I'd better slowly find a powerful nest. Ling Tian entered nests one by one and destroyed the evil dragons. 2 months later, Ling Tian entered a very strange nest. In 2 months, he entered various nests. Each nest was dilapidated and polluted by negative energy. This nest was different. Although there was negative energy inside, it was very clean and tidy. Ling Tian walked into the nest. After walking for a few minutes, no evil dragon appeared. What's going on? Has the evil dragon in this nest been destroyed? Ling Tian was puzzled. Ling Tian transformed into Super Saiyan 4 and flew to the end of the nest. Swoosh! After flying for several minutes, Ling Tian finally reached the end of the nest. 2 very tall evil dragons came into view, and they were sleeping at this time. 2 evil dragons, could they be the evil dragons born from the dragon of Cyril Star? After searching for 2 months, I finally found a powerful evil dragon. Ling Tian was very excited, and condensed a huge energy ball on his fingers and blasted at the 2 evil dragons. Planet Destroyer. The 2 evil dragons were awakened by the explosion. Boom! The energy bomb exploded with a loud bang, and the two evil dragons were directly awakened. Who is it? The two evil dragons roared. The evil dragon turned his head and found Ling Tian looking at him with a smile on his face. Boy, it turns out that you are the one who disturbed our sleep, then you go to hell. Yi Xinglong said, and he flashed and appeared in front of Ling Tian in an instant, punching Ling Tian in the abdomen. Ah! Ling Tian arched into a shrimp shape and flew backwards. How can this evil dragon be so strong? Ling Tian couldn't believe that his strength as a Super Saiyan 4 couldn't even block a punch. Two-Star Dragon waved his hand casually, and countless wind blades attacked Ling Tian in the air. Ling Tian could not avoid it and was cut into pieces by the wind blades. Humph! An ant dares to disturb us. Two-Star Dragon snorted coldly and mocked. Ding! Congratulations to the host for the successful resurrection. Now issuing death rewards. Ding! Congratulations to the host for obtaining the skill, Chest Air Bomb. Ding! Congratulations to the host for obtaining the skill, Annihilation. Ding! Congratulations to the host for obtaining the ability, Pain Growth. Ding! Congratulations to the host for obtaining the reward, 3000 Jing Combat Power. Ding! Congratulations to the host for obtaining the reward, Senzu 1000. The system checks personal attributes. Ding! Host, Ling Tian. Bloodline, Earthling, Legendary Saiyan. Skills, Chi Perception. Qigong Wave, Kamehameha Qigong Wave, 4-Body Fist. Afterimage Fist, Dragon Fist, Sun Fist, Chi Circle Slash, Afterburner, Magic Light Killing Cannon, Cutting Disc, Death Beam, Light Eyeliner, Earth Cracking Slash, Death Energy Bomb, Planet Destruction Bomb, Chest Chi Bomb, Energy Shield, Chi Sickle, Flash Time Power, Annihilation, Instant Movement Kaioshin Version, Plant Growth, Remote Control, Pain Growth, thousands of miles of sound transmission, Time and Space Shuttle, God-level fighting skills. Combat Power, 9867 Jing. Items, Storage Ring, 12 Universe Information Map, Consciousness Recovery Potion *1, Spirit Fruit *128, Spirit Tree Seed *1, Senzu *2789. What is System Annihilation? The ability of annihilation is similar to that of the God of Destruction, but it is more powerful. Stronger than the destruction of the God of Destruction. Ling Tian was stunned. The destruction of the God of Destruction would disappear as soon as it touched the body. How could annihilation be stronger than destruction? Host, annihilation is a higher level of destruction. Destructive energy can only be swallowed up by annihilation energy. Ha ha ha. After receiving the system's reply, Ling Tian laughed out loud. What's going on? The two evil dragons heard a laugh from afar, turned their heads and found Ling Tian appeared intact. Didn't this ant die just now? Two-Star Dragon was puzzled. If he's not dead, just kill him again. One-Star Dragon said as he condensed a black negative energy ball in his hand and blasted it towards Ling Tian. Ling Tian used instant movement to avoid the energy ball and attacked One-Star Dragon. Da da da. Ling Tian's fists kept hitting One-Star Dragon. One-Star Dragon shook his head, grabbed Ling Tian's fist, and spit out a black thunder from his mouth. Ling Tian was hit by the thunder, his whole body was charred by electricity, and he fell to the ground. The super blood and pain growth continuously increased Ling Tian's combat power. You are still alive even after this. Yi Xinglong was a little confused. Just now, Xinglong killed this ant in a second with a casual move. How could he not kill this ant when his strength is stronger than Xinglong? Yi Xinglong, be careful, he can get stronger during the battle. Xinglong said as he looked at Ling Tian whose aura was constantly improving. So that's how it is. Yi Xinglong waved his hand, and dark clouds and lightning and thunder appeared around Ling Tian. Thunderbolt, Yi Xinglong shouted, and countless lightning struck Ling Tian. Ling Tian quickly used energy to condense a protective shield on his body to protect himself. Unexpectedly, the protective shield only blocked 2 lightning bolts before it was shattered. Ah! Lightning fell on Ling Tian one after another, and Ling Tian could only wail in pain. Ling Tian was very unwilling. Was he going to be struck to death again? No. Ling Tian roared, his aura continued to rise, the red hair on his body gradually disappeared, and his black hair turned silver and slowly grew to his waist. A dazzling white light flashed, and Ling Tian successfully transformed into Super Saiyan 5. You've become stronger again, and you've also turned my attacks. It was blocked. Ling Tian dodged and instantly appeared in front of Yi Xinglong. The two stood opposite each other, punched each other and retreated. Yi Xinglong's forehead was covered with cold sweat. His strength increased so quickly. If he could continue to improve, he would surpass me in no time. Xinglong, come quickly and destroy him together. Ha! Yi Xinglong and Xinglong roared, releasing all their breath, and their nests were shaking constantly. After the two looked at each other, they attacked the 2 days from the left and right. Ling Tian clenched his hands in the void, and a purple-red air sickle appeared in his hands. Just as the two evil dragons were about to arrive, Ling Tian used the flash time skill to jump time, avoiding the attack range of the two, and swung the air sickle to chop at Xinglong. Xinglong was chopped away by Ling Tian's air sickle. What's wrong with this guy? How did he know the direction of our attack? Quote. Two-star dragon was stunned. The attack of the air sickle could not break the defense of the evil dragon. Ling Tian threw the air sickle casually and appeared in front of the two-star dragon in an instant, punching it on the head. Bang! Two-star flew backwards, and Ling Tian wanted to pursue him. One-star dragon flashed and appeared above Ling Tian in an instant, and punched him into the ground. Then energy continued to flow out of his hands, and countless black energy bombs blasted towards Ling Tian. Bang! Boom! For a while, explosions sounded everywhere, and a large amount of sand and dust immediately rose from the ground. The smoke dissipated, and Ling Tian collapsed to the ground with injuries all over his body. Cough cough. Ling Tian vomited blood, took out a fairy bean from the storage ring and ate it, and his injuries were instantly healed. Two-star dragon, quick battle, this guy has something to recover injuries. One-star dragon said. Two-star dragon flashed above Ling Tian, condensed energy in his hand to form a tornado, and threw it towards Ling Tian. Whirlpool tornado. The tornado grew bigger the moment it was thrown out, and the stones and soil of the entire nest were swept up by the tornado, and dust flew everywhere. Seeing this, Ling Tian put his hands on his waist to condense energy to resist. Kameha Qigong Wave. The Qigong Wave was sent out from Ling Tian's hand and blasted towards the tornado. Unexpectedly, the Qigong Wave failed to resist the tornado, and made the tornado even more powerful. After the tornado swallowed the Qigong Wave, it rolled up Ling Tian in the blink of an eye. Ah! Ling Tian was dizzy and covered with wounds. Go to hell. Quote. Yi Xinglong opened his palms, and the negative energy continued to gather to form a huge energy bomb, which blasted towards Ling Tian. Seeing that the energy bomb was about to hit, Ling Tian raised his right hand and condensed a purple-red energy ball to resist. Annihilation. The two energies collided with each other, and Yi Xinglong's negative energy was gradually swallowed up and disappeared. The energy ball continued to attack Yi Xinglong in the distance. Yi Xinglong released countless gas bombs from his hands and blasted towards the energy ball. Unexpectedly, all the gas bombs were swallowed up and disappeared as soon as they touched annihilation. The two were so shocked that they were unable to resist. How is it possible? One-star dragon couldn't believe how this guy could have such a powerful ability. One-star dragon, get out of the way. Two-star dragon shouted loudly. Seeing that one-star dragon had been standing there without dodging the energy attack, two-star dragon flashed and appeared in front of one-star dragon in an instant, kicking him away. At the moment when one-star dragon was kicked away, the energy ball had already attacked. Two-star dragon wanted to resist, but as soon as he touched the energy ball, his body slowly disappeared. Two-star dragon. When one-star dragon came to his senses, two-star dragon had already disappeared. I want to avenge the two-star dragon. The one-star dragon roared, opened his mouth and sucked outwards, and a huge suction force immediately appeared from his mouth. The two-star star on the ground flew into the one-star dragon's mouth. After the one-star dragon swallowed the two-star star, the aura on his body continued to surge. The one-star dragon's appearance also changed dramatically. His height surged to 4 meters, with a strong body, black horns on his back, and one-star and two-star stars symmetrically inlaid on his shoulders. The one-star dragon evolved into a super one-star dragon. Is Cyril's super one-star dragon so strong? Ling Tian was blown back by the aura of the super one-star dragon. Go to hell. The Super One-Star Dragon appeared in front of Ling Tian in an instant, and Ling Tian was knocked away by a punch before he could react. The Super One-Star Dragon kept attacking Ling Tian in the air, and Ling Tian kept flying backwards, without even a chance to fight back. After beating Ling Tian for 3 minutes, Super One-Star Dragon kicked him into the air and waved his hand to send a huge wind blade towards Ling Tian. Ling Tian was cut in half before he could avoid it. Ding! Congratulations to the host for successfully resurrecting. Now issuing death rewards. Ding! Congratulations to the host for obtaining the skill, Infinite Energy. Ding! Congratulations to the host for obtaining the skill, Vast Omega. Ding! Congratulations to the host for obtaining the skill, Ultra Instinct. Ding! Congratulations to the host for obtaining the reward, Combat Power 3 Cores. Ding! Congratulations to the host for obtaining the reward, Senzu Beans 1000. The system checks personal attributes. Ding! Quote, Host, Ling Tian. Bloodline, Earthling, Legendary Saiyan. Skills, Chi Perception, Qigong Wave, Kamehameha Wave, 4-Body Fist, Afterimage Fist. Dragon Fist, Sun Fist, Chi Circle Slash, Afterburner, Magic Light Killing Cannon, Cutting Disc, Death Beam, Light Eyeliner, Earth Cracking Slash, Death Energy Bomb, Planet Destruction Bomb, Chest Chi Bomb, Vast Omega, Energy Shield, Chi Sickle, Flash Time Power, Infinite Energy, Annihilation, Ultra Instinct, Instantaneous Movement Kaioshin Version, Plant Stimulant, Remote Control, Painful Growth, 1000-mile Sound Transmission, Time Travel, God-level Fighting Skills. Combat Power, 7 Cores. Items, Storage Ring, 12 Universe Information Map, Consciousness Recovery Potion 1, Spirit Fruit 128, Spirit Tree Seed 1, Senzu Beans 3786. What's going on? Quote, Super One-Star Dragon was confused. How did this guy come back to life? Ling Tian used the 7-second flash time skill to attack Super One-Star Dragon. Unexpectedly, the strength was too different from that of Super One-Star Dragon, and the flash time skill was useless. Ling Tian was knocked away by Super One-Star Dragon with one punch. Ling Tian stabilized his body in the air, and his hands continuously released energy bombs to bombard Super One-Star Dragon. Bang! The energy bomb exploded with a loud noise. The smoke dissipated, and Super One-Star Dragon appeared intact. Super One-Star Dragon flashed and instantly appeared in front of Ling Tian, attacking Ling Tian. Bang! 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 The two immediately fought, from the ground to the air, and there were traces of fighting everywhere, and the nest was beaten to pieces. Quote, Ling Tian was once again knocked away by Super One-Star Dragon's punch and fell to the ground. The violent energy of the Super Bloodline continued to surge, and the pain continued to increase Ling Tian's combat power. Ling Tian attacked Super One-Star Dragon by exchanging injuries for injuries, and ate Senzu Beans when he was injured. Ling Tian didn't know how long he had fought with Super One-Star Dragon and how many Senzu Beans he had eaten. Annihilation. Ling Tian released a purple-red energy ball from his hand and blasted it at Super One-Star Dragon. Super One-Star Dragon's body gradually disappeared after touching the energy ball. Ling Tian picked up the 1-star and 2-star planets from the ground and walked out of the nest. After Cyril Dragon appeared, he also flew towards the palace of Dragon God Realm. Ling Tian began to enter nests one by one to fight the evil dragons. After fighting with Cyril's Super One-Star Dragon, his strength increased greatly, and he was able to destroy the evil dragons more quickly. One day, Ling Tian fought with the evil dragon for a long time and wanted to take a Senzu Bean to replenish his physical strength, but he didn't expect that there was not even a Senzu Bean in the storage ring. More than 3,000 Senzu Beans were consumed so quickly. Could it be that several years have passed? Ling Tian took out the remaining spiritual fruits from the storage ring and ate them. Let's go find Goku and the others. Ling Tian then performed instant teleportation. Swish! Ling Tian appeared in the house that Long Yi had built before. Ling Tian, you are finally back. Brawly hugged Ling Tian excitedly. Brawly, why are there only you and Cell here? Where are Goku and the others? Ling Tian asked. Kakarot and the others said they had been away for too long and hadn't seen their families for a long time, so Long Yi arranged for someone to send them home. Brawly responded. Going home, not continuing to practice and fighting the evil dragon. Ling Tian was very confused. Ling Tian, you have been alone for so many years, you must have forgotten the time. Cell said. How many years have passed? It has been 5 years since we came to the Dragon God realm. Cell responded. 5 years. Ling Tian was completely confused. Goku, when did they leave? Ling Tian asked. GT Son Goku and main time Son Goku left last year. Broly responded. Ling Tian, do you still want to continue fighting the evil dragon here? Cell asked. No, we are going back too. Broly, Cell, grab my shoulders. Ling Tian performed instant movement and brought Broly and Cell to the palace of the Dragon God realm. Sensing Ling Tian's breath, Long Yi appeared in an instant. Ling Tian, the master is waiting for you inside. Long Yi said. The three followed Long Yi into the palace. Ling Tian, thank you for destroying countless evil dragons for us in the past few years and restoring many dragons to normal. Salama said. How many evil dragons have we destroyed in the past few years? Ling Tian asked. About 1/3 of them have been destroyed. Salama responded. There are really many evil dragons in the Dragon God realm. Ling Tian sighed. There is no way to do this. Evil dragons may be born every day. Salama said. We are going back now. We will come to the Dragon God realm again if we have the opportunity in the future. Ling Tian said. If you want to come to the Dragon God realm in the future, just contact us with the token. Long Yi, send them back. Salama said. Wait, what's wrong? Long Yi was puzzled. Ling Tian waved his hand and a dimensional wall appeared in front of him. I didn't expect that you still have this ability. Long Yi was shocked. So, goodbye. Ling Tian took Broly and Cell into the dimensional wall. The main time and space. A dimensional wall appeared out of thin air on Baozi Mountain, and Ling Tian, Broly and Cell walked out of it. Son Goku, Son Gohan, Piccolo and Paragus, who were eating, sensed the breath of Ling Tian and others, and then performed instant movement. Goku, Gohan, you haven't finished your meal yet. Goten, don't be like your father and brother in the future. Chi-Chi said. Son Goten nodded and continued to eat. On the other side. Swish, 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 Son Goku, Son Gohan, Piccolo appeared in front of Ling Tian and the other two. Ling Tian, you are finally back. Sun Wukong and others were very excited. Broly, if you don't come back, we are all going to look for you in the Dragon God realm. Paragus said. Father, I made you worry. Broly hugged Paragus. Wukong, you were still eating just now. Ling Tian said. Ling Tian, how did you know? Sun Wukong was very confused. Didn't Ling Tian just come back? How did he know we were eating? Ha ha ha. Wukong, there are rice grains all over your mouth and face. Ling Tian laughed. Sun Wukong wiped it with his hand and laughed. Uncle Ling Tian, come to my house for dinner too. Sun Wuhan invited. Okay, it happens that I haven't eaten food from Earth for a long time. Ling Tian nodded. Everyone then performed instant teleportation. Shua. Ling Tian and others appeared in the big villa of Sun Wukong's house. Goku, how many times have I told you not to use teleportation at home? If you suddenly appear like this, people will be scared to death by you. Chi-Chi said angrily. Chi-Chi, I won't do it next time. Sun Wukong scratched his head and said. Ling Tian, you are here too. Let's eat together. Chi-Chi smiled and asked everyone to sit down, and went to the kitchen to prepare food. Goten, this is Uncle Ling Tian, Uncle Broly and Cell. Sun Wuhan introduced Sun Wushan who was eating. Hello. Sun Wushan held a big chicken drumstick in his hand and greeted everyone. Kakarot, Goten looks so much like you. Broly said. Ha ha ha, Chi-Chi, that's what I said too. Sun Wukong responded with a smile. Goku, do you remember the second transformation method I told you in the spirit time room? Ling Tian said. Ling Tian only remembered when he saw Sun Wukong that he had forgotten that there were so many Saiyans in GT. It seems to be called Super Saiyan God. Sun Wukong responded. Yes, after dinner, we will find Vegeta to transform. Ling Tian said. Bang, bang, several Saiyans ate together, and the bowls and chopsticks kept colliding. Half an hour later, everyone was full and satisfied. Chi-Chi, then we will leave first. Everyone took off and flew to Bulma's house. A few minutes later, swoosh, Swoosh! Ling Tian and others saw Vegeta and Bulma basking in the sun on the balcony from a distance, and Trunks was playing with toys nearby. As soon as Sun Wukong saw the toys, he ran to play with Trunks. Ling Tian, when did you come back? Vegeta asked. Just came back today. Ling Tian responded. What do you want to talk to me about? Vegeta asked. Vegeta, we are going to transform into Super Saiyan God, Sun Wukong said excitedly. Vegeta became interested when he heard about Super Saiyan God. Ling Tian had said before that he would teach them how to transform after they mastered Super Saiyan 4. I want to transform first, Vegeta said. Vegeta, let me transform first, Sun Wukong requested. Impossible, I must transform into Super Saiyan God first. Vegeta refused directly. Wukong, it doesn't matter if we transform early or late. Today, all of us can complete the transformation, Ling Tian said. Okay then, Trunks, Goten, you two come here too, Ling Tian said to the two little guys who were playing with toys. Okay, Uncle Ling Tian. Ling Tian, what should we do? Vegeta asked. Vegeta, just stand in the front and don't move, Ling Tian responded. Super Saiyan God needs 6 Saiyans with a heart of justice too. The light of the heart focused on one of them. Ling Tian and Broly put their hands on Vegeta's back, while Son Goku, Son Gohan and Paragus held hands one by one, and the 6 people formed a circle. The heart power of Ling Tian and others was transmitted to Vegeta. Suddenly, golden flames emerged from the 6 people, and the golden flames formed a light column up to the sky. The 6 people gradually floated in the air, and the white clouds in the sky instantly turned golden. The golden flames on everyone's bodies turned into blue flames, and a blue light column that reached the sky spread out to the surroundings. There were lightning and thunder in the sky, and the 4 seasons changed. A red light suddenly appeared on Vegeta's body, and the breath on his body could not be sensed at all. The red light dissipated, and Vegeta successfully transformed into the Super Saiyan God. Vegeta's hair and eyebrows turned red, and the pupils of his eyes also turned red, and he became younger. Destroy the God Realm. Whis, who was chatting with the prophecy fish, suddenly sensed the birth of a new god. Whis, did you sense it too? Said the prophecy fish. Let me check it out first, Whis said as he picked up the staff and began to observe. It turned out to be that interesting little guy. It was unexpected that this method could make Saiyans possess the aura of God. Whis, do you know who it is? Asked the prophecy fish. I know, but you don't know him, Whis said as he stopped checking. It is still necessary for the 7th universe to have a few more powerful people. Earth, Dad, your transformation is so handsome, said Trunks. Uncle Vegeta, your transformation is much more handsome than the Super Saiyan transformation, said Sun Wushan. Ling Tian, why can't we sense Vegeta's aura? Everyone was very confused. Vegeta has reached the realm of God, and ordinary people cannot sense the aura of God. Ling Tian explained. Trunks, Goten, do you want to transform like this? Ling Tian said. Uncle Ling Tian, this transformation is so cool, we want to transform too. The two nodded. Everyone lined up in turn and transformed into Super Saiyan God one by one. 1 hour later, Ling Tian, Broly, Paragus, Son Goku, Vegeta, Son Gohan, Trunks, and Son Goten all became Super Saiyan gods. The transformation of Super Saiyan God can be done by any righteous Saiyan. Everyone has transformed into Super Saiyan God. Just practice and master this transformation slowly. There is still the next stage of this transformation. You have to work hard, Ling Tian said. Okay. After a brief greeting, everyone left one after another to practice. Ling Tian brought Broly, Paragus and Cell to an uninhabited island and began to build a new home. 1 hour later, huge wooden houses appeared on the island. Ling Tian used plants to grow all the trees on the island into towering trees. Those who didn't know would think it was a primeval forest. Sharu hunted dozens of animals from a distance and roasted them. In the evening, the 4 of them gathered together to eat barbecue and talked about their experience of practicing in the Dragon God realm for several years. Chapter 51. The next day, Ling Tian had just gotten up when he heard loud noises in the distance. Broly, Cell and Paragus were fighting on a small island in the distance. Ling Tian took off and flew over. Broly, stop for a while. We have something else to do today. Save some energy, Ling Tian said. Ling Tian, what are you going to do? Brawly was puzzled. Brawly, do you still remember the cat we met when we were looking for the Super Dragon Ball? Ling Tian said. Of course I remember. Brawly responded. Are we going to seek revenge on that cat? Cell asked. Of course. Let's go find Goku and the others first and see if they want to go to another universe. Ling Tian said. Ling Tian took Brawly, Cell and Paragus and instantly moved to the place where Goku and the others were training. Goku and Vegeta were constantly instructing Trunks and Goten, who were fighting in the air. Piccolo and Gohan leaned against a tree and watched the battle quietly. Uncle Ling Tian, you are here. Gohan greeted everyone. Ling Tian nodded. Goku, Vegeta, Trunks and Goten flew over from a distance. Ling Tian, are you here to train with us too? Goku asked. No, we are going to another universe now, do you want to go? Ling Tian said. Another universe, everyone was puzzled. There are 12 universes in total, and we are in the 7th universe now. Ling Tian explained. This is the first time I've heard of other universes. Son Gohan said. Ling Tian, are there strong people in other universes? Vegeta asked. There are strong people, but you have to find them yourself. Ling Tian said. Then which universe are we going to? Son Goku asked. Let's go to the 6th universe. You grab me and I'll take you there. Everyone put their arms around each other's shoulders. Trunks, Goten, you two don't have to go. Practice well here. Next time, I'll take you to a fun place. Ling Tian said to the two little guys. The two nodded. Ling Tian took out the 12 universe information map from the storage ring and checked it, and chose a planet far away from the Destroyer God realm. Swish, Ling Tian moved instantly and appeared in the 6th universe with everyone. The system checks everyone's combat power. Ling Tian, 2,967 cores. Brawly, 1028 cores. Cell, 646 cores. Son Goku, 165 cores. Son Gohan, 186 cores. Vegeta, 160 cores. Piccolo, 97 cores. Paragus, 82 cores. I didn't expect that after Long Yi's wish in the Dragon God realm opened up his potential and he fought against the evil dragon for several years, he would have such a big improvement. Wukong, you guys go find your opponent in the 6th universe. Ling Tian said. Ling Tian, aren't you coming with us? Son Goku asked. Brawly, Cell and I are going to find someone for revenge. Ling Tian responded. Who are we going to take revenge on? What did that person do? Vegeta asked. A purple fat cat. Ling Tian and Brawly were looking for Dragon Balls in the universe before, and that fat cat killed Brawly. Cell said. I want to avenge Brawly too. Paragus was very angry. Ling Tian, we want to go together too. Son Goku said. Okay then. Seeing that everyone wanted to avenge Brawly, Ling Tian could only grit his teeth and agree. I hope my current strength can compete with the God of Destruction. Ling Tian said in his heart. Then you catch me. Swish. Ling Tian moved instantly and brought everyone to the Destroyer God realm of the 6th universe. Ling Tian, there is no one on this planet. Cell said. No one, then destroy his house first. Paragus roared and transformed into Super Saiyan 4. His hands continued to gather energy, and a huge energy ball appeared in his hands and blasted towards Shangpa House. Boom! After a loud bang, the house disappeared directly, and a huge deep pit appeared on the ground. 10 minutes later. Ling Tian, do we still have to wait here for the cat to come back? Sun Wukong asked. No more waiting. Who knows where Shangpa ran off to? If he doesn't come back for half a year, who will keep waiting? Destroy this planet, let's go, Ling Tian said as he soared into the air, transformed into Super Saiyan 5, and gathered energy in his hands. Seeing this, everyone quickly soared into the air and retreated behind Ling Tian. Vast Omega, Ling Tian shouted, and threw a huge energy ball from his hand. The energy ball continued to split into several gas bombs as it was thrown out. Bang, boom. For a moment, explosions sounded everywhere, and a large area of sand and dust rose from the ground. The smoke dissipated, and the planet, which was originally very beautiful, became shabby. Okay, let's go. Swish. Ling Tian used instant movement and took everyone away from the Destruction God realm. Swish. Quote. Soon after Ling Tian and the others left, Champa and Bardos came back. Bardos had noticed when Paragus destroyed the house, but Champa and Bardos did not have the ability to teleport, so they could only fly back at full speed. Lord Champa, I didn't expect to be a step late, Bardos said. Who dares to destroy my house and my planet? Champa was very angry, and the destructive energy on his body poured out little by little. Bardos, show me who did it, Champa said angrily. Okay, Lord Champa. Bardos picked up the staff and checked it, and was stunned for a moment. Hey, Bardos, what's wrong with you? Champa asked Bardos, who was stunned. Lord Champa, I'm fine. Bardos continued to check the staff. Lord Champa, do you still remember the two humans you met when you were looking for the wishing beads in the 7th universe last time? Bardos said. What's wrong? Champa looked puzzled. But then again, where is the last wishing bead? The two humans you killed last time destroyed the planet. They brought many people to destroy the God realm, and one of their accomplices even destroyed your house, said Bardos. Bardos, you must have made a mistake, right? Aren't those two ants dead? Champa was puzzled. Lord Champa, it was indeed those two humans. I don't know why they came back to life. Bardos responded. Don't let me meet them in the future. Champa gritted his teeth and said. Bardos shook his head helplessly, and knocked the ground twice with his staff, and the dilapidated God realm of destruction was restored to its original state. Ling Tian led everyone to perform instant teleportation, appearing on planets one by one, looking for powerful opponents. Swish, quote, Ling Tian and others appeared on the planet Shadara. Swoosh, swoosh, a sound of breaking wind came from a distance, and 6 or 7 Saiyans appeared in front of Ling Tian and others. Who are you? What are you doing on the planet Shadara? Said a short Saiyan. Ling Tian, let's go. There are no powerful people on this planet, Vegeta said. Vegeta, they are also Saiyans. Ling Tian responded. Saiyan, the two of them were very surprised. Are you also Saiyans? Gabe and his group were very confused. Ling Tian, you must have made a mistake. Vegeta looked left and right but didn't find that they had tails. The 7th universe and the 6th universe are twin universes. What our universe has may also be in the 6th universe. The Saiyans in the 6th universe don't have tails, Ling Tian explained. So that's the case. Everyone suddenly realized. You are from another universe, so what are you doing on the Shadara planet? Gabe asked. We are looking for someone powerful and want to fight with him. Ling Tian responded. Hey, since you are also Saiyans, you should all be able to transform. Vegeta said. Transform? What transformation? Cab was confused. Stop pretending, transform quickly and fight me, Vegeta said. Cab had no idea what Vegeta was talking about. Hey. Vegeta growled and transformed into Super Saiyan 1 and said, don't you know how to transform like this? I never knew that Saiyans could transform, Cab said with envy. You can't even transform, you're embarrassing the Saiyans, Vegeta roared. We Saiyans in the 6th universe can't transform, can you teach us? Cab pleaded with Vegeta. You useless guy, you still want me to teach you how to transform? Vegeta attacked Cab as he spoke. Cab had no ability to resist and could only scream. The rest of the Saiyans in the 6th universe burst out with all their energy and rushed towards Vegeta, trying to save Cab. Unexpectedly, Vegeta punched one kid at a time, and solved all the Saiyans in a few moves. Vegeta kicked Gabe and said, you useless thing, I will destroy this planet after I kill you. No, Gabe roared and transformed into Super Saiyan 1, and quickly attacked Vegeta. Vegeta's mouth corners slightly raised, and he stretched out his right hand to block Gabe's attacking fist. You have transformed into a Super Saiyan now, Vegeta said lightly. Gabe looked at his changes in shock, and he didn't expect the transformation to be so powerful. Thank you for helping me transform. Gabe bowed and thanked. Just now I really thought Vegeta was going to kill them all and then destroy the planet Shadara. Sun Wukong scratched his head and said. Everyone smiled. This is just Super Saiyan 1, there are many more transformations to come. Vegeta said as he performed all the transformations. I didn't expect there would be so many transformations, they are so powerful. Gabe was shocked. Vegeta, come here quickly, we should leave, Ling Tian said. Ling Tian sensed that many Saiyans on the planet Shadara were rushing to this location. Okay, Vegeta glanced at Gabe and flew to Ling Tian's location. Ling Tian then used instant teleportation to take everyone away from the planet Shadara. Swoosh, swoosh. Not long after Ling Tian and others left, Saiyans on the planet Shadara flew over from all directions. Gabe, who were you fighting with just now? How come your hair turned golden and your strength became so much stronger? A group of Saiyans asked in unison. Gabe could only explain to everyone. Shua, Ling Tian and the others appeared on the Earth of the 7th universe. Uncle Ling Tian, how come you guys came back so soon? Sun Wushan asked. Goten, Trunks, Ling Tian, why are we back to Earth? Vegeta was puzzled. I have been looking for a strong person in the 6th universe for so long and I haven't met a strong person. The fat cat is not at home, so I thought I would go back to Earth first. Ling Tian responded. Ling Tian, there is nothing to do now, you can practice with us. Sun Wukong said. Wukong, I still have to go to Karen Tower, you can practice with Brawly and the others. Ling Tian said and performed instant movement and left. Shua, Ling Tian appeared on Karen Tower. Ling Tian, it turns out to be you. What's the matter? Said Karen Sage. Karen Sage, do you have any senzu beans here? Ling Tian asked. There are only 5 or 6 senzu beans left. If you want, take them all. Go, Immortal Kalen responded. Immortal Kalen, how can fairy beans be planted? Ling Tian asked. Fairy beans need special soil to be planted. Ordinary soil cannot grow them. I only have one place to plant fairy beans. Otherwise, the yield of fairy beans would not be so low. Immortal Kalen explained. Immortal Kalen, take me to the place where you plant them. I have a way to make the fairy beans grow faster. Ling Tian said. Grow faster. Immortal Kalen took Ling Tian to the place where the fairy beans were planted with half belief and half doubt. Immortal Kalen, is this small potted plant the place where the fairy beans are planted? Ling Tian was stunned. Such a small place can only plant one fairy bean. That's right, it's here. Kalen Immortal nodded in response. Ling Tian then used plant growth to accelerate the growth of the fairy beans. I saw a ball of green light wrapped around the fairy beans. After absorbing the green light, the fairy beans began to grow rapidly. It took less than a minute for the fairy beans to grow from flowering to maturity. Ling Tian, what is your ability? The fairy beans matured in an instant. Kalen Immortal was shocked. This is plant growth, which can promote the growth of some plants. Ling Tian responded. Great, Wukong and the others will need fairy beans in the future, so they don't have to worry about it. Kalen Immortal touched his beard and said. Ling Tian picked the mature fairy beans and planted another one to accelerate growth. Ling Tian kept repeating the same action, and Kalen Immortal took the fairy beans aside to dry for preservation. A week later, Ling Tian, don't plant any more, there's no room. Sage Karen said. Ling Tian turned his head and found that Karen's house was full of jars of magic beans. Sage Karen, I know. Ling Tian nodded, and then put the jars of magic beans into the storage ring. Ling Tian appeared at the seaside in an instant, caught a big fish and gave it to Sage Karen, and then left Karen Tower. Swish, Ling Tian moved in an instant and appeared at the place where Sun Wukong and others were practicing. Ling Tian, everyone greeted. Brawly, how are you practicing? Ling Tian asked. Practicing like this is not as good as in the Dragon God realm. I'm afraid of hurting Kakarot and others. Brawly responded. Uncle Ling Tian, it's hard for us to recover once we are injured, so we will be very careful when fighting. Sun Gohan said. I have solved this problem. Quote, Ling Tian said as he took out 5 jars of senzu beans from his storage ring. Ling Tian, where did you get so many senzu beans? Sun Wukong asked. I asked the immortal Karen to plant them. Now you don't have to worry about getting hurt. I will practice with you. Ling Tian responded. After one person grabbed a handful of senzu beans and put them on his body, Sun Wuhan moved all the senzu beans into the house and put them away. Bang, bang, bang. The crowd immediately started fighting, and loud noises were heard in the air. The two of them were in a state of panic, and the two of them were in a state of panic. 1 month later, swoosh, a sound of breaking wind came from a distance, and Yamcha appeared at the training place with a girl. Yamcha, why are you here? Sun Wukong asked. Wukong, this girl is looking for Gohan. Yamcha pointed to the girl next to him and said. Gohan, someone is looking for you. Sun Wukong shouted loudly. The people who were fighting in the air stopped fighting and flew down. Beidou, what do you want to talk to me about? Sun Wuhan said. The world's first martial arts tournament will be held in 2 days, I came to you to sign up. Beidou said with a smile. Ling Tian had never expected that Sun Gohan would meet Beidou without going to school. Gohan, who is this girl? Broly asked. Well, after defeating Cell, many people came to my house every day to become my disciples, so I opened a martial arts gym with Uncle Krillin and Uncle Yamcha, and Beidou is the deputy owner of the gym. Sun Gohan explained. Dad, will you go to the world number 1 martial arts tournament? Sun Gohan asked. There are no strong opponents in the world number 1 martial arts tournament, so I'd better continue to practice here. Son Goku responded. Wukong, let's go together. Ling Tian said. Ling Tian, we are already the strongest group of people on Earth, why do we still go to the world number 1 martial arts tournament? Vegeta asked. Vegeta, maybe there will be some interesting things at the world number 1 martial arts tournament. Ling Tian responded. Ling Tian, if you go, I'll go too. Son Goku changed his mind again after hearing this. Beidou, we will go in 2 days. Son Gohan said. Beidou nodded. Goku, we will leave first, see you at the martial arts tournament in 2 days. Ling Tian said, and took Broly, Cell and Paragus away with him in an instant. Yamcha, have you informed Krillin and Tien Shinhan? Son Goku asked. Goku, I have already informed them, and they said they will be there on the day of the competition. Yamcha responded. 2 days later, after a simple breakfast, Ling Tian and others took off and flew to the place where the world's first martial arts tournament was held. Swoosh. After a while, Ling Tian, Broly, Cell and Paragus arrived at the venue. Ling Tian, this way. Son Goku's voice came from behind. Ling Tian turned his head and found that everyone was here. Goku, you have been waiting here for a long time. Ling Tian said. Sun Wukong scratched his head and said, we just got here not long ago. Goten, Trunks, are you two going to participate in the competition too? Ling Tian said to the 2 little guys behind the crowd. Uncle Ling Tian, we want to participate too. The 2 nodded firmly. Suddenly, Sun Wukong saw Krillin in the crowd and shouted, Krillin, here. Krillin walked over immediately after hearing Sun Wukong's voice. Goku, long time no see. Krillin hugged Sun Wukong excitedly. Uncle Krillin, why are you with number 18, and who is this little girl? Sun Wuhan asked. Gohan, I was married to number 18 during the years when you and Ling Tian left, and this is my child. Krillin explained. Krillin, I didn't expect you to get married. Sun Wukong was shocked. I heard from Yamcha that you would come to participate in the world's first martial arts competition, so I came here. Krillin said. Krillin, have you signed up? Sun Wukong asked. I didn't sign up. I came here to watch your competition. Krillin responded. Okay then. Sun Wukong scratched his head. In fact, he still wanted Krillin to participate in the competition. After a brief exchange of greetings, everyone entered the competition venue. Wow, there are so many people. Looking at the huge crowd of contestants, Yamcha was shocked. In the past, when he participated in the number 1 martial arts conference in the world, there would not be so many people watching the competition. At this time, a middle-aged man wearing a black suit and a pair of black sunglasses on his face came over. He saw Sun Wukong and Yamcha and said excitedly, I didn't expect to meet you. I really miss you. I have been looking forward to you coming to participate in the number 1 martial arts conference in the world. Sun Wukong looked at the familiar man in front of him and was also enthusiastic. He greeted them. To be honest, it would be really boring without you to participate in the world's number 1 martial arts conference. The others were just like gangsters fighting, and it was impossible to watch it at all. But you won't destroy the stadium like before, right? The host asked. Sun Wukong scratched his head and said with a smile, who knows? Ha ha ha. Anyway, I'm very happy as long as you come to participate in the competition. The host said excitedly. Suddenly, thinking that he still had to continue to host the relevant matters of the conference, he greeted Sun Wukong and others and left. When he left, he didn't forget to look back and say something. You will definitely make it to the finals, so let's see you in the finals. I look forward to your wonderful duel. Everyone, long time no see. Tian Xinhan and Zhao Zi walked out of the crowd and greeted everyone. Tian Xinhan, I didn't see you outside, and I thought you were not participating in the world's number 1 martial arts conference, Sun Wukong said. Gyoza and I came earlier, so we came in first. Tian Xinhan responded. Wukong, why don't you see Krillin? Tian Xinhan was puzzled. Krillin, he's not participating in the competition. He's in the audience with Chi-Chi and the others. Sun Wukong responded. Time passed little by little. The opening ceremony of the competition officially began. At this time, an obese man walked to the center of a ring with a microphone. All the contestants were attracted by him and surrounded the ring. There are 401 contestants in this world's first martial arts competition, and only 41 contestants can enter the finals. Then let me briefly introduce the rules to you. The preliminaries are conducted by elimination. You can draw lots to be divided into 20 groups, and each group of 20 people will have an elimination match. In the form of a big fight between 20 people, the last person left on the field is the winner. Since there are 401 contestants in this competition, the one who draws number 401 can enter the finals directly without a match. Okay, the rules have been introduced. Next, we will read the names and draw lots in turn. Uncle Lingtian, there are so many of us participating in the competition this time. We won't meet each other in the preliminaries. Sun Gohan said. Wouldn't it be better to meet each other? We can also see who is stronger among you. Lingtian responded lightly. Gohan, don't worry. Zhao Zi can use his superpowers to divide us into different groups. Tian Xinhan said. That's great, so everyone can enter the finals. Yamcha said. Gohan. Hearing someone calling Son Gohan's name, everyone turned their heads to look. Only to see a short-haired girl in casual clothes running in front of Gohan. Yamcha, isn't this girl the one who came to see Gohan that day? Son Goku said. Yes, it's her. Yamcha nodded. Beidou, so you are here. You should not participate in this competition. Son Gohan said. I have practiced very hard. Now there is no one in the whole martial arts hall who can match me. I must participate, Bidili said firmly. The two of them were wearing the same clothes and wearing strange earrings on their ears. Lord Kai has figured out that the two people have mixed into this competition. With their strength, they can definitely stand out in this level of human competition. Then we can. The two people are East Kai and his subordinate Jebat. In order to prevent the magician Babidi from releasing Majin Buu, they have been chasing Babidi to the earth. Jebat, you should already know the rules of this game, go and make arrangements. King Kai Shin said. Lord Kai, I will give you a bye so that you can enter the finals directly. Jeber responded. King Kai nodded after hearing Jeber's words. Lord Kai, that human who looks like a child is also using superpowers to help them draw lots. Jeber pointed at Zhao Zi and said. So it's them. King Kai Shin also looked at Ling Tian and others at this time, and a strange smile appeared on his face. Lord Kai, do you know them? Jeber was also stunned. How could a great King Kai know a small human? They are Ling Tian and Sun Wukong. I heard about them from King Kai of the North. King Kai of the North said that they are very powerful and may be able to help us. King Kai Shin said lightly. What's the use of a mere human? No matter how powerful they are, they can't be your opponent. Jeber said with disdain. King Kai Shin shook his head and said, Jebat, you just need to give me a bye, don't worry about what they do, maybe we will need their help in the finals. Yes, everyone quickly drew the lot, and they were all assigned to different groups. Yamcha looked at the label in his hand and said, Zhao Zi, your superpower is really useful. Tian Xinhan, I originally wanted you to get number 401, but I didn't expect someone to use superpowers to restrict that label. Zhao Zi said. It's okay, Zhao Zi, as long as you don't meet Ling Tian and the others in the preliminaries. Tian Xinhan comforted. As the draw was over, the host walked onto the stage again, put the microphone in his hand to his mouth, and said loudly. Well, now the draw is over. Congratulations to our contestant named Shin for drawing the lucky number 401, and he doesn't need to participate in the preliminaries to enter the finals directly. After hearing the host's words, there was an uproar in the audience. Many participants were very dissatisfied with the result and said, Since he got a bye, it's really a bargain for this guy. It doesn't matter if someone without strength enters the finals. It's nothing more than a disgrace. Lord Kaioshin, I'm going to teach these humans a lesson. Jebbet was very angry. How could you humans insult the dignified Lord Kaioshin? Jebbet, we are here to deal with Majin Buu this time. Don't act rashly to avoid alerting the enemy. Lord Kaioshin Shin said. Yes, Lord Kaioshin. Ling Tian looked at Lord Kaioshin with a slight smile on his face. At this time, the host on the stage spoke again. Okay, now that the draw is over, the long-awaited World Number 1 martial arts tournament officially begins. Next, children under 15 years old will compete. Quote. As the host's finger moved, everyone's eyes followed and saw two plaques placed next to them with the numbers of 10 million and 5 million. Then the host continued. The champion of the junior competition will get 10 million, and the runner-up will get 5 million. Then, the competition officially begins. Next, the 42 children participating in the competition will go to the ring. As everyone knows, there is no preliminaries in the junior competition. The rules are the same as those for adults. Surrender, fall outside the arena, count down 10 seconds without getting up, and coma are judged as losers. Then let's start the game. The first game is 8-year-old Emma versus 8-year-old Trunks. I didn't expect that the first game would be Trunks. Sun Wukong said. This kind of game is so boring. Trunks is so boring. The kid who waves his hand will lose. Vegeta said. Just as Vegeta said, after the host announced the start of the game, Trunks' opponent fell directly under the ring. All the audience in the audience were confused and didn't see what happened at all. Seeing this, the host didn't know how to explain it, so he ran to the ring and asked Trunks. Little boy, why did your opponent suddenly fall off the ring? He fell down as soon as I waved my hand, didn't you see it? Trunks asked. The host was also very helpless. Do I need to ask you if I can see it clearly? In the first game, our 8-year-old Trunks won. Next, we will enter the second game, with 10-year-old brother Kong Long fighting against 7-year-old Sun Goten. Sun Goten's opponent is a fat sumo child. 2 people, take your positions, start. Quote. With the host's order, brother Kong Long rushed to Sun Wushan with his hands waving, and kept pushing Sun Wushan with his hands, trying to push him off the ring. Brother Kong Long used all his strength but couldn't make Sun Wushan move half a step. So boring. Sun Wushan yawned, put his hand on brother Kong Long's body, and pushed gently. Brother Kong Long flew backwards uncontrollably and fell off the ring. As expected of Sun Wukong's son, he is really amazing. The host said with emotion. Time passed quickly. Dear audience, the final of the junior group is about to begin. The 8-year-old Trunks will fight against the 7-year-old Sun Wushan. It is worth mentioning that in every match between the two children, they easily knocked their opponents off the ring. Let's look forward to their wonderful performance together. The audience in the audience cheered. I wonder who will win the championship between the two. Ling Tian said. Kakarot, Trunks will definitely be the champion in this match. Vegeta said with a smile. Vegeta, Goten also practices with us every day, and it is still uncertain who will win. Sun Wukong stared at the two people on the ring and said lightly. Goten, you must win the championship. Trunks, you have to cheer too. At this time, Chi-Chi and Bulma were cheering for their children in the audience. The two are in place, so the game starts now. Goten, it was too boring to fight those people just now. You must use all your strength to fight me. Trunks said. Sun Wushan nodded with a smile. Hey, the two roared and transformed directly into Super Saiyan 1. The Super Saiyan transformation of Trunks and Sun Wushan caused people in the audience to discuss. What's going on? Why did the hair of these two children change color? Quote. Can these two kids transform? This is the Golden Warrior. Golden Warrior, isn't that the transformation that a boy used to defeat Cell? The two turned into Super Saiyans and looked at each other, then attacked each other. In just a moment, their arms collided. The two competed in strength, neither giving in. Bang, bang, bang. Then, the two launched fierce attacks faster and faster. In the blink of an eye, Trunks was forced to the edge of the ring by Sun Goten. Sun Goten waved his fist, trying to knock Trunks off the ring with one punch. Unexpectedly, his fist hit Trunks's afterimage. However, the real Trunks had appeared behind Sun Goten and kicked him out of the ring with one foot. The host held the microphone and said loudly, "Contestant Trunks has knocked contestant Sun Goten out of the ring. It seems that contestant Trunks will win." Sun Goten hurriedly stabilized his body in the air to avoid falling to the ground and losing the qualification for the competition. He performed the dance air technique and flew back to the ring. "I didn't expect contestant Sun Goten to be able to fly." Then the game continues. "Trunks, you are so cunning," Sun Goten said, and he flashed and appeared in front of Trunks in an instant, punching Trunks in the face. Trunks endured the severe pain and punched him in the abdomen with his backhand. Neither of them was willing to give in. Enduring the severe pain, they attacked each other. Bang! Sun Goten kicked Trunks into the air and then chased him. Trunks raised the corner of his mouth slightly and punched Sun Goten, who had just flown up. Boom! Goten fell from the sky and hit the ring heavily. The smoke dissipated, and a huge deep pit appeared on the ring. Is this a children's game? Will that kid be okay? All the audience became worried about Goten. A golden light came out of the deep pit, and Goten soared into the sky and attacked Trunks. Bang! 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 The two fought each other in an instant. The people in the audience could only hear loud noises in the air, and could not see the fighting situation between Trunks and Goten at all. Trunks was hit in the abdomen by Goten's punch, and he arched into a shrimp shape and flew backwards. Trunks stabilized his body in the air and said to Goten, "Goten, you are very good. I practice very hard every day." Goten responded. The aura of the two continued to rise, and they rushed towards each other waving their fists. Bang! The two men's fists collided, and each retreated backwards, with a trace of blood flowing from the corners of their mouths. Trunks and Sun Goten smiled in tacit understanding, and landed on the ring from the sky. Vital in the stands widened her eyes, and was shocked after seeing the fight between the two. "Gohan, why are your brothers so powerful? They practice hard every day." Son Gohan responded. "What a joke, I practice every day too, and I am now the most powerful person in the martial arts hall, how can I not be better than your brother?" Vital was very unwilling. This, Son Gohan didn't know how to answer. Suddenly, warm applause broke out at the scene. The audience was boiling and cheering. "Awesome! It's so awesome! It's unimaginable! It's much more interesting than the martial arts tournaments I watched before. It's so exciting!" The audience started to talk. The host was also very excited at this time. This is what the world's #1 martial arts tournament should look like. Contestant Trunks and contestant Son Goten, your performance just now was very exciting. Now the game continues. Goten, this time we will show our strongest transformation, and we must decide the winner today. Trunks said. Okay, Son Goten responded firmly. Hey, ah. The two roared and then exploded. Seeing this, Ling Tian used energy to condense a protective shield to protect all the audience. I saw that the golden flames on Trunks and Son Goten turned into red flames, and the aura on their bodies completely disappeared. A dazzling light flashed, and the two transformed into Super Saiyan gods. How is it possible? The King of Kings Shin and Jupiter standing in the stands were shocked. Lord Kai, how can those two little ghosts have the aura of God? Jupiter couldn't believe it. I don't know what's going on. King of Kings Shin. I was also confused. Trunks, Goten, you two don't have to worry about hurting the audience. I have condensed a protective shield to protect them. Ling Tian used the 1,000 miles voice to say to the two little guys. Okay, Uncle Ling Tian. Trunks flashed and instantly appeared above Son Goten, condensing a huge energy bomb in his hand and blasting it at Son Goten. Son Goten roared and kicked the energy bomb into the air. Uncle Ling Tian, why did Goten and Trunks attack directly with energy? Son Gohan was puzzled. They too want to see who is stronger. Ling Tian responded. Bang, bang, boom. Trunks and Son Goten continued to attack each other, and energy bombs flew everywhere. When the people in the audience saw the energy flying towards their position, many people were directly scared and fainted. Just when the energy was about to fall on the audience, the energy seemed to hit something and exploded directly. After the audience saw that they would not be attacked, they continued to sit down and watch the fight. Trunks kicked Goten into the air, gathered all the energy in his body into his hands, and condensed the energy. It seems that Trunks wants to decide the outcome with one move. Seeing this, Goten stabilized his body in the air, put his hands on his waist to form a calyx shape, and condensed the energy. Afterburner, Kamaha. The two shouted and blasted the energy at each other. The two energies collided in midair, and for a while, it was impossible to tell who won. Boom! Suddenly, a violent explosion sounded from the ring, and a large cloud of dust rose from the ring. When the smoke dissipated, Trunks and Goten, with tattered clothes and wounds all over their bodies, fell to the ground. Seeing this, the host quickly climbed onto the ring and checked the situation of the two. Dear audience, after a fierce battle, Trunks and Goten have fallen to the ground. Whoever stands up first will be the champion of the junior group. So I will start counting down now. 10, 9, 5, 2. Trunks and Goten stood up at the same time, and the host just finished speaking when they fell down again. In this case, Trunks and Goten are tied for the championship of the junior group. Swish! Ling Tian appeared on the ring in an instant and took out 2 senzu beans from the storage ring for the two to eat. Uncle Ling Tian, who is the champion between me and Goten? Trunks asked. You two are tied this time. Ling Tian responded. Trunks, I will definitely beat you next time. Goten said firmly. Goten, I will never let you surpass me. Trunks said with a smile. Swish! Ling Tian flew to the stands with Trunks and Goten. Goten, Trunks, you two are so amazing. You have surpassed us at such a young age. Yamcha said. Uncle Yamcha, you can also practice with us. Son Goten said. No, your practice method is not suitable for me. Yamcha smiled and responded. The audience, who had been silent at first, became excited when they saw Trunks and Goten flying away, and shouted. It's so exciting. We haven't seen enough. Hurry up and hold the adult competition. The organizer of the martial arts competition looked at the enthusiastic audience and changed the time of the preliminaries of the world's first martial arts competition. After receiving the news, the host cleared his throat, picked up the microphone and announced loudly. Dear audience, please be patient. After the decision of the organizer, the preliminaries will be held in advance, and the adult competition will start this afternoon. After hearing this news, the audience stopped rioting and left in an orderly manner. Ling Tian and others who were originally going to eat were also taken to the lounge by the staff. Sun Wukong, Yamcha, Tian Xinhan and Jiaozi were all very excited. They had not participated in the world's #1 martial arts tournament for more than 10 years. Looking at the audience surrounding the ring brought back memories. As all the contestants entered the lounge, everyone was ready to fight, and the momentum instantly became high. Whether it was the passion for fighting or the warriors who were eager for the generous prize money, they all wanted the fight to start earlier. The contestants in the lounge were splitting their legs and breaking bricks, and some people were bragging that they could break a century-old tree with one punch and kill a tiger with their bare hands. Ling Tian, what interesting thing are you talking about? Brawly looked at the contestants for a long time and didn't see anything wrong. After hearing Brawly's words, Sun Wukong and others all turned their heads to look at Ling Tian. Ling Tian pointed at King Kai Shin and Jebet standing in the corner. Lord Kai, they found us, said Jebet. Shin Kai showed a strange smile on his face and said, then let's go over and say hello. It just so happens that they need help with Majin Buu. Shin Kai then took Jebet to Ling Tian and others. Ling Tian, why is that dwarf wearing the clothes of the King of Kai? Brawly was puzzled. Everyone has seen the god Jebet in GT Time and Space. Hello, my name is Shin, and the one next to me is my follower Jebet. Shin Kai smiled and greeted Ling Tian and others. Jebet. Sun Wukong scratched his head and asked, Jebet, are you the King of Kai? You actually know the King of Kai. Shin Kai and Jebet were shocked. Jebet said to Ling Tian and others proudly, I am not the Kaioshin, this is the Kaioshin. Ling Tian, he is also called Jebet, why is he not the Kaioshin? Brawly was confused. The Kaioshin in GT Time and Space is the appearance of the two of them after they merged with the earring on their ears. The ones in our time and space did not merge. Ling Tian explained to everyone. So that's how it is. As soon as Ling Tian explained, Sun Wukong and others immediately understood. What GT Time and Space? Earrings can also merge. However, Kaioshin Shin and Jebet were confused when they heard it. Kaioshin, I wonder what you are doing on Earth? Sun Wukong asked. Kaioshin Shin was about to respond. Unexpectedly, the host appeared on the stage with a microphone and said loudly, Dear contestants, please enter the corresponding stage for the preliminaries according to the numbers on the labels on your hands. Wukong, isn't your number 12? It's your turn to compete. Yamcha said. Sun Wukong looked at the label and nodded. Lord Kaioshin, let's talk about that later. Sun Wukong said as he walked towards the number 1 ring. Seeing that the contestants were already in place, the host gave an order. The game begins. The contestants on the ring started fighting one after another. Sun Wukong waved his hand and all the contestants on the number 1 ring fell outside the ring and qualified for the next round. Yamcha, Tien Shinhan and Jiaozi also defeated all their opponents easily. The host said loudly, now please invite contestants with numbers 100 to 200 to enter the ring. Humph, this kind of competition is really boring. Vegeta snorted coldly, disdaining this kind of competition. If Ling Tian hadn't said there was something interesting, he would never come to the ring. After Ling Tian and others got on the ring, they waved their hands and all the contestants fell outside the ring. A fat man with a very wretched appearance pointed at Vegeta and said, the referee. Judge, they cheated, why did we all fall off the ring uncontrollably? Quote. Do I need to cheat to deal with people like you? Vegeta was furious at the time, and a golden energy ball condensed in his hand, wanting to kill this ignorant person. Vegeta, quote, Sun Wukong flashed and instantly appeared in front of Vegeta, grabbing Vegeta's hand. The wretched fat man saw that Vegeta could actually release Qigong waves, and he rolled and crawled out. After this episode, the preliminaries continued, but many players gave up, fearing that they would meet an opponent like Vegeta. The host walked to the ring with the list and said loudly, the people who have qualified for the preliminaries this time are Sun Wukong, Tien Shinhan, Yamcha, Jiaozi, Vegeta, Ling Tian, Broly, Paragus, Cell, Son Gohan, Piccolo, Jebat, Videl, Masked Superman, Spobichi, Yamu, Panda, Kira, Jewel, and Defe. Quote. Since the number of applicants is 401, the player Shin who drew the number 401 also successfully advanced. Quote. Players who have successfully advanced, please gather here on time at 1:30 p.m. for the lottery ceremony. Quote. After listening to the host's words, everyone left. Uncle Ling Tian, let's go eat first. Son Gohan said. Okay. When Son Goku left, he also called King Kai Shin and Jebat. As soon as they entered a restaurant, they heard Bulma's call. Vegeta, Ling Tian, this way. Everyone turned their heads and saw that Bulma, Chi-Chi, Krillin, and others had already ordered several tables of food and were waiting for everyone to arrive. Gu. Son Goten pointed to his stomach and said, Dad, Uncle Ling Tian, you were really too slow, my stomach is already growling with hunger. Ha ha ha, everyone sat down with a smile and started eating. Bang, bang, quote, several Saiyans were eating, and the bowls and chopsticks kept colliding. Sun Wukong ate 2 or 3 buns in 1 mouthful, and Vegeta ate a chicken leg in 2 mouthfuls. Waiter, add more dishes. Videl, King of the World Shin and Jebat were stunned when they heard this. They were still not full after eating several tables of food. Half an hour later, everyone was full and satisfied. Sun Wukong looked at King of the World Shin who was stunned and said, Lord King of the Worlds, what are you doing on Earth? King of the World Shin thought about it and decided to tell Sun Wukong and others, so that it would be more convenient when they needed help later. Wukong, Jebat and I came to Earth to track down the magician Babidi. Who is the magician Babidi? Everyone was puzzled. Babidi is the son of the dark magician Babidi. Although he is weak, he is proficient in many strange magics such as control, strengthening, and sealing. Quote. Vegeta said disdainfully, this man named Babidi doesn't sound that great. Vegeta, although Babidi is not very strong, he came to Earth to remove the seal of Majin Buu, who is very strong. When King Kai Shin said the 4 words Majin Buu, his face changed drastically and his body trembled. The old man was very angry. Is Majin Buu really that powerful? Son Goku was very excited when he heard that there was a powerful opponent. Wukong, Majin Buu has no reason, he only knows destruction and killing. In just a few years, he destroyed countless planets and galaxies. It's nothing great, anyone here can do it. Vegeta said nonchalantly. He didn't think that Majin Buu would be stronger than the evil dragons in the Dragon God realm. Vegeta, there were 5 Kais at that time. Any Kai could kill Frieza with one finger, but all 4 Kais were killed by Majin Buu. Vegeta pouted and stopped talking. Lord Kaioshin, have you found Majin Buu? Sun Wukong asked. Wukong, Babidi disappeared as soon as he entered the earth, but he had 2 men who came to participate in the world's first martial arts tournament. They should want to obtain the energy of the contestants to break the seal of Majin Buu. You must listen to my arrangements during the competition, said King Kaishan. Sun Wukong asked Ling Tian, who was eating dessert on the side. Ling Tian, what do you think? Whatever, I will take you to a good place after finding Majin Buu. Ling Tian replied lightly. Sun Wuhan looked at the time and said, Dad, Uncle Ling Tian, it's almost 1:30, let's go to the preliminary venue to draw lots. Wukong, I will cheer for you in the audience, said Krillin. Sun Wukong smiled and nodded. Everyone separated from the restaurant, and Ling Tian and others walked towards the preliminary venue. The host appeared on the stage with a microphone, looked at everyone and said, all the contestants are here, let's draw lots to decide the opponents. The host waved his hand, and 2 staff members came over with a box for drawing lots. Then the host continued, there are 21 numbers here. The opponent of the number 1 is number 11, and so on. The number 21 will advance directly without playing. Now please ask the contestants whose names are read to draw lots. God, please bless me, don't let me meet Ling Tian and others in the first round. Yamcha said. Don't worry, Yamcha, I will let you draw number 21 in a while. Ling Tian looked at Jebat and said. Lord Kai, what should we do? Jebat asked. Just let the person named Yamcha draw number 21, don't worry about the others. Kaioshin responded. Jebat nodded. Great, Yamcha jumped up excitedly. The host cleared his throat and said, Sun Wukong. Here we go. Sun Wukong walked onto the stage and took out a number from the number box. Sun Wukong is number 7, said the host. The staff on the side quickly wrote down Sun Wukong's name on a huge plaque. Next, Tien Shinhan. The host continued. Tien Shinhan drew number 19. Yamcha drew number 21. Jiaozi drew number 1. Everyone drew their lots quickly. The host held the microphone and said, now everyone has drawn lots. You can see your opponent on the plaque next to you. The next game will be carried out in the order above. I believe everyone is very clear about the rules of the game. Since there are many people participating in this game, each game will last for 20 minutes. If there is still no winner after the time limit, the referee will judge the final winner. The game will start soon. I will take everyone to the lounge to rest first. It won't take 20 minutes at all. If you meet Ling Tian and others, you will be thankful if they can stay on the ring for 2 seconds. Yamcha murmured. The world's first martial arts competition, the ring. The host appeared on the ring with a microphone and announced. Dear audience, I have kept you waiting for a long time. The world's first martial arts competition will start soon. 21 players have emerged in the preliminaries. The competition will be carried out in the following order. The staff took out the plaque that had just been recorded and placed it beside the ring, showing it to the audience. The audience far away may not be able to see clearly, so I will read it out for everyone. The first match is between Jiaozi and Defei, the second match is between Shin and Son Gohan, and the third match is between Broly and Hand against Vegeta player. Vegeta, I didn't expect you to meet Broly. Can you beat Broly? Sun Wukong said with a smile. Kakarot, you met Cell. Vegeta responded indifferently, because he knew very well that Kakarot could not beat Cell. Piccolo shook his head helplessly. After the host read out the list of players, he continued, which player will win the championship? Let's look forward to it together. Now let's have the first game, Jiaozi vs. Defei. Jiaozi and Defei came out of the lounge and walked towards the ring. The 2 players are in place, so let's start the game. With the host's order, Defei quickly rushed towards Jiaozi, who was suspended in the air. This Defei is something. He is much stronger than ordinary humans. Ling Tian murmured. Ling Tian, this Defei is the coach of our martial arts gym. He is now a very strong earthling. Yamcha responded. Ling Tian nodded. Facing Defei's attack, Jiaozi didn't care and let him hit him. Jiaozi stretched out his palm and gently pushed, and Defei flew backwards and fell outside the ring. Falling out of the ring, Defei lost, and Jiaozi won this game. The host announced loudly. As Jiaozi and Defei left the ring, the host continued, now the second game begins, Shin will fight against Sun Gohan. It is worth mentioning that Sun Gohan is the blonde warrior who defeated Cell that year. After hearing the host's words, all the audience in the audience instantly boiled up and shouted Sun Gohan's name loudly. Lord Kaioshin, how do you need Gohan to cooperate with you later? Son Goku asked. Gohan, don't move after you transform into a Super Saiyan. Babiti's two men will come up to snatch your energy. King Kai Shin said. Gohan, just transform into Super Saiyan 1 in a while. They don't need much energy. Ling Tian said. Okay, Uncle Ling Tian. Son Gohan nodded. Son Gohan and King Kai Shin came out of the lounge and walked towards the ring. The two stood opposite each other on the ring. The two players are in place, so the game begins. Gohan, transform, King Kai Shin said. Ha! Son Gohan roared, and the whole ring kept shaking, and spider web-like cracks appeared on the ring. Son Gohan's hair stood up, and his body was wrapped in golden flames, and he successfully transformed into Super Saiyan 1. How can it be so strong? Kaioshin couldn't help but tremble, not knowing whether it was because he was excited to get rid of Majin Buu or because he was afraid of the aura of Son Gohan. Spobiki and Yamu, who were standing in the corner, were stunned for a moment, and Yamu took out the detector and started to detect. Look, what an amazing power, Yamu said to Spobiki. Great, Yamu, I'll go up and hold him down, and you absorb his energy. Spobiki said. Understood. The two immediately took action and quietly flew behind Son Gohan. The two of them were so excited that they had to face each other. Hey, Yamu, Spobiki, it's not your turn to compete yet, leave the ring quickly. The host shouted. Gohan, the two of them have appeared, you must not move for a while. King of the Kings Shin said. Son Gohan nodded. The two completely ignored the host. Spobiki hugged Son Gohan, and Yamu took the energy absorber and inserted it into Son Gohan's waist. Ah, woo! Son Gohan screamed and just wanted to break free. Unexpectedly, Yamu pulled the energy absorber out of Son Gohan's body. The energy is full, Spobiki, let's go. The two of them took off and flew away. Gohan, are you okay? Kaioshin had never expected that the two people would absorb the energy and pierce his waist. Son Gohan covered his wound with one hand and said, Lord Kaioshin, I'm fine. Gohan, as long as we follow those two people, we can find Majin Buu, said Kaioshin. After hearing this, Piccolo in the distance flew away immediately. He must kill the two people just now with his own hands to avenge Gohan. Gohan, let's go first. Your father and Ling Tian will come, said Kaioshin. Okay, Ling Tian, Gohan and the others have already flown away, what should we do? Sun Wukong asked. Of course we followed them. Quote, Ling Tian said as he took Broly, Cell and Paragus into the air, flying in the direction where Spobiki and Yamu left. It seems that there must be something special about that Majin Buu. Son Goku and Vegeta also flew away. Tien Shinhan, Ling Tian and the others are gone, aren't you going with them? Yamcha asked. Tien Shinhan smiled and said, Yamcha, don't worry, Ling Tian and the others will get rid of that Majin Buu. Quote, this may be our last time to participate in the world's #1 martial arts tournament. I don't want to leave any regrets and will definitely compete to the end. Yamcha, you must fight with all your strength. Yamcha smiled and nodded. The audience was confused. Before they could figure out what was going on, more than half of the contestants flew away. The host still liked to watch the game of Sun Wukong and others very much, and hurried to Yamcha to ask about Sun Wukong and others. After Yamcha's explanation, the host also understood the cause and effect. Then the host took the microphone and said loudly, Dear audience, please be patient. The contestants who just flew away gave up because of something, but the remaining contestants will continue to compete. After flying for a few minutes, everyone met together. Ling Tian, is Majin Buu really strong? Sun Wukong asked. Majin Buu, it's nothing great, Goten and Trunks can beat him. Quote, however, Majin Buu has a very strong regenerative ability. As long as there is one cell that has not been destroyed, it can regenerate. It can also absorb others and become part of its body. Ling Tian explained. Just let me deal with them later, Piccolo said. No problem, Lord Kaioshin, will this really be okay? Jebet's face looked a little ugly. Kaioshin Shin said excitedly, "It's okay, Jebet. The aura that Gohan burst out just now has exceeded Majin Buu. This time we can completely deal with Majin Buu." Jebet also smiled, and it was worth the efforts of himself and Lord Kaioshin for so many years. "Great, we absorbed so much energy this time, Lord Babidi will definitely reward us," Yamu said excitedly to Spobikido with the energy absorber. "Then let's go back quickly," Spobiki responded. "Okay." Quote. The two of them then accelerated their flight speed, their figures drew two white arcs in the air, and soon arrived at the location of the Babidi spaceship. Ling Tian and others followed all the way and rushed here as soon as possible, but did not choose to show up directly, but landed on a high mountain to observe. Click. As the door of the spaceship slowly opened, 4 or 5 people walked out. The leader was a very short and extremely wretched man with dark yellow coffee-colored skin and disgusting hair on his head. Seeing this, Yamu nodded and bowed and handed over the instrument filled with energy was handed over to the leader. "Lord Babidi, the energy has been absorbed." Babidi looked at the instrument filled with energy, and his heart was excited. With this energy, Majin Buu would be resurrected soon. "You two are very good. Since the energy has been absorbed, there is no point for you two to stay here." Hearing Babidi's words, Yamu and Spobichi felt a chill on their backs. Suddenly, Babidi uttered a few spells from his mouth, and Yamu was suspended in the air uncontrollably, his body twisted and slowly grew larger, like a balloon. Bang! Yamu's whole body exploded directly, and the whole person disappeared completely. Babidi looked at his masterpiece and said with a smile, "Dabura, the explosion sound is still so beautiful." "I think so too," Dabura said and looked at Spobichi with cold eyes. After Spobiki looked at each other, he retreated in fear and flew into the air, wanting to leave this place. "Humph, you still want to run?" Dabura snorted coldly, and shot a purple-red light from his hand, piercing Spobiki's body with one blow. Dabura, Kaioshin Shin was shocked. He didn't expect Babidi to have even subdued Dabura, the king of the demon realm. "Piccolo doesn't care if you are the king of the demon realm or the king of the West realm. I haven't even avenged Gohan yet, and those two people were killed by them. It's unforgivable." "Hey!" Piccolo roared, bursting out all his breath, and King of the Kaioshin Shin and Jepet were blown away directly. Then Piccolo teleported and appeared in front of Babidi and others. Bang! 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 Babidi's soldiers were blown up by Piccolo's punches. "Dabura, hurry up!" Babidi was almost scared to death. Where did such a strong man come from? Fortunately, he didn't attack him just now. Dabura took a deep breath to give himself courage, and then rushed towards Piccolo. Pa! Dabura, who had just rushed forward, was slapped to the ground by Piccolo before he could attack. Piccolo waved his fist and kept attacking Dabura, who was lying on the ground. Ah! Dabura had no ability to resist and could only scream. I don't know how long it took. Dabura's voice was no longer heard. Piccolo stopped swinging his fist and turned his head to look at Babidi on the side. Swish! Kaioshin Shin and Jepet, who had just flown back from a distance, were shocked. Dabura, the king of the demon world, was beaten to death. After seeing this, Babidi rolled and crawled towards the inside of the spaceship. "Where are you running?" Piccolo suddenly shot 2 rays of light from his eyes and attacked Babidi. Light eyes. Babidi was unable to avoid it and fell to the ground after being pierced by the 2 rays of light. "My great plan has not yet." The enemy was in chaos, and the enemy was in chaos. Ling Tian and the others saw that Piccolo had dealt with all the people, and flew down from the mountain and landed at the door of the spaceship. "Ling Tian, it seems that Majin Buu is in this spaceship," Piccolo said. Ling Tian nodded. Then everyone entered the spaceship without any hesitation. "Who are you?" Several soldiers holding weapons asked coldly. Ling Tian raised his right hand, condensed a round disc in his hand with energy, and threw it forward. "Cut the disc." "Ah!" The soldiers screamed and were all cut in half. Ling Tian then controlled the disc and cut it on the spaceship. Soon a big hole appeared on the spaceship, all the way to the bottom of the spaceship. "Go down. Majin Buu is at the bottom," Ling Tian said and jumped down, and everyone followed. "Ling Tian, there is no one down here." Sun Wukong was puzzled. Ling Tian pointed to the dome next to him and said, "Wukong, this is Majin Buu." Everyone looked around the dome and didn't find anything wrong. Trunks, Goten, you two come here quickly. Ling Tian shouted loudly. Goten, what should we do? Uncle Ling Tian found us sneaking over. Trunks asked. Let's go first. Sun Wuxian responded. Swish. The two appeared in front of Ling Tian in an instant. Goten, why are you running here instead of following your mother to watch the game? Sun Wukong asked. Dad, you all flew away, and we thought there was something fun, so we followed you. Sun Wuxian responded. Goku, it's okay, Ling Tian said as he took out the 12 universe information map from the storage ring and checked it. The 7th universe, the Kaioshan realm, is here. Everyone hold on to me. Ling Tian, where are we going? Brawly asked. I'll take you to a fun place. Everyone immediately became interested when they heard it, and they put their hands on each other's shoulders. King Shinshin and Jeppet also wanted to see what Ling Tian was going to do, so they put their hands on Son Goku. Ling Tian touched Majin Buu's egg with his hand and led everyone to perform instant teleportation. Kingshan realm. Swish. Ling Tian and others appeared in the 7th universe, the Kaioshan realm. What? You can actually come to the Kaioshan realm. Jeppet was shocked. Because, since Shin of the East Kai became the king of the Kai, no one has appeared in the king of the Kai world. Ling Tian put his hand on the egg and kept injecting energy into it. Crack. The giant egg was directly split into 2 halves, and there was nothing inside. Sun Wukong scratched his head and said, Ling Tian, this egg has not been left for too long and has gone bad. Suddenly, a ball of pink mist appeared above the giant egg. Everyone could feel an extremely evil breath emanating from the mist. Gradually, the breath became stronger and stronger, and the pink mist gathered together to form a round spherical object. With a bang, the spherical object grew limbs and a head. Majin Buu, Shin of the King of the Kai said with a trembling voice. Majin Buu has pink skin, half-naked upper body, white pants and dark brown shoes on the lower body, wrist guards on both hands, thick palms, a tentacle on the head, fat face that makes it hard to open the eyes, and often shows a harmless expression. Goten, Trunks, this fat guy is left to you to deal with. Ling Tian said. How dare you call me a fat guy? Bursts of hot air came out of the exhaust vent on the top of Majin Buu's head. I'm angry, I'm going to kill you. Majin Buu rushed towards Ling Tian. Hey, Trunks and Son Goten roared and transformed into Super Saiyan 1, blocking Ling Tian. The 3 of them fought instantly, and Trunks and Son Goten cooperated very well. Once Majin Buu launched an attack, one person resisted, and the other condensed energy to bombard Majin Buu. Majin Buu screamed, and a big hole was blasted out of his body by the Qigong wave. I'm really angry, Majin Buu roared, and the hole on his body was restored. His aura continued to increase, and he attacked Trunks and Son Goten again. Kaioshan, where is your Kaioshan sword? Ling Tian asked. Quote, Ling Tian, you still know the Sword of Kings. King Shinshin was shocked. What is the Sword of Kingshan? Everyone was puzzled. Jeppet immediately explained to everyone. The Sword of Kingshan is the sword of the God realm. Legend has it that as long as the sword can be pulled out, the person who pulls out the sword can obtain the strongest power in the universe. Ling Tian, is this true? Vegeta was a little moved. If he pulled out the sword, wouldn't he surpass everyone? Ling Tian saw Vegeta's thoughts at a glance and responded lightly. Fake, how could it be fake? This is a legend that has been passed down in the God realm. King Shinshin didn't believe it at all. Ling Tian shook his head and said, just tell me where the Sword of Kingshan is. On a small hill in the east. King Shinshin responded. Wukong, who of you will pull out the Sword of Kingshan? Ling Tian asked. I'll go. Quote, Vegeta waved his hands and said that Ling Tian must have lied to him just now, and he must seize this opportunity. Then Vegeta, you go. After pulling out the Sword of King of the Gods, just bring the sword back here. Ling Tian responded. Vegeta drew an arc in the air with a burst of energy and flew to the east. Lord King of the Gods, let's go and take a look, said Jeppet. King of the Gods nodded. A few minutes later, swish. Vegeta, King of the Gods and Jeppet performed instant teleportation and appeared in front of everyone. Sun Wukong looked at the long sword in Vegeta's hand and asked, Vegeta, have you obtained the strongest power in the universe? It's fake, I just pulled out the sword and it came out, and I didn't feel any changes in my body. Vegeta responded. Kaioshin and Jebat didn't know what to say at this moment. They didn't expect that the legend was false. The legend is false, but there is a person sealed in the sword, and that person can improve his potential. Ling Tian said. There is a person in the sword. Everyone was confused. Who would seal a person in a sword? Ling Tian, how can we get that person out? Vegeta asked. Just break the sword. Vegeta burst out with a breath and bent the sword. With a click, the sword broke into two halves. Ling Tian, don't you see anyone? Broly said. Suddenly, an old voice came from behind everyone. Are you talking about me? You, aren't you the old Kaioshin? Sun Wukong said in surprise. Oh, I didn't expect someone to know me. Old Kaioshin, Shinkai and Jebat were both stunned. Yes, I am also a Shinkai, I am the Shinkai before the 15th generation. Said the old Shinkai. The Shinkai before the 15th generation. It turns out to be the ancestor. Shinkai was stunned. Yes, a long time ago, there was a very powerful person who fought with me for 300 rounds, but still couldn't do anything to me, so he used this insidious move and sealed me in the sword. The old Shinkai said nonsense in a serious manner. The old Kai was very happy. Ling Tian quickly interrupted the old Kai and continued to talk. Okay, stop bragging. We let you out to let you improve our potential. Improve potential? How do you know I have this ability? The old Kai was puzzled. Sun Wukong immediately explained to the old Kai. What? You have been to other time and space, don't you know that traveling through time and space is a serious crime? The old Kai scolded. Don't worry about that, just develop our potential first. Ling Tian said indifferently. It's a serious crime. Anyway, no one has come to convict me so far. This, old Kai said after thinking for a while. I can feel that your strength is very strong, and it can even threaten the human beings in the whole universe. There is no need to continue to improve. Kaioshin pleaded. Old ancestor, please help Ling Tian and the others. You are a junior, what do you know? Old Kai scolded loudly. Old Kai, Majin Buu will have to rely on them to solve it later, otherwise the universe will be destroyed. Jebat said. Who is Majin Buu? Old Kai was puzzled. During the time of Old Kai, Majin Buu had not yet been created. Majin Buu is a very evil guy, who destroys planets everywhere. He also killed Great Kai, West Kai, South Kai and North Kai. Kaioshin was in a very low mood. You bunch of idiots, you don't have the strength to deal with Majin Buu, why didn't you ask the god of destruction for help? Old Kai was almost pissed off. What kind of god is the god of destruction? Is he powerful? Why have I never heard of him? Kai Shin was confused. Are you an idiot? Old Kai scolded loudly. Shin was scared and lowered his head. Old Kai asked Shin several questions in succession. Shin didn't know anything and was full of confusion. You idiot, you don't even know what a god Kai should do. After talking to Shin Kai, Old Kai felt that he had lost half his life. Where is Majin Buu now? In our god Kai realm. Shin Kai pointed to the battlefield in the distance. Why don't you leave quickly? Are you waiting to die here? If my death can bring peace to the universe, I am willing to die. Kaioshin stood up with great righteousness. Pa! Old Kaioshin slapped Kaioshin on the back of his head. You are really hopeless. Old Kaioshin shook his head helplessly. Grandfather, should we find the god of destruction to deal with Majin Buu now? Asked Kaioshin. This, old Kaioshin hesitated. What if he disturbed the dead cat's sleep and sealed me up again? Ling Tian, who is the god of destruction in our universe? Asked Cell. It's also a cat, and he is the brother of the cat in the 6th universe. Ling Tian responded. It turns out to be the brother of that fat cat. We can't find the fat cat, so why don't we go and seek revenge on him first? Cell suggested. No need, just find the cat in the 6th universe. Ling Tian responded indifferently. You also know other universes and other gods of destruction. The old Kai on the side was stunned. What's the big deal? We also destroyed his house. Next time we meet him, we must beat him half to death to avenge Broly. Paragus said angrily. The old Kai immediately became interested. After some understanding, he decided to help Ling Tian and others develop their potential, so that he would not have to be afraid of Beerus in the future. Hee hee. The old Kai smiled and said to Ling Tian and others, Who of you wants to develop your potential first? Ling Tian did not expect that the old Kai changed his mind again. Goten, Trunks, quickly get rid of that fat guy. Ling Tian used the 1,000 miles voice to say to the two little guys. Goten, stop playing, let's use all our strength. Trunks said. Okay, ha. The two roared, their auras getting stronger and stronger, and they quickly gathered energy to blast Majin Buu. Bang, boom. With the violent explosion, Majin Buu was directly blasted into slag. Trunks, let's go back. Son, Goten said. Goten, wait a minute, Majin Buu's aura hasn't disappeared yet. What? Goten turned his head and saw that the pink block objects that had been broken into pieces kept wriggling and gathering together, and Majin Buu appeared again. Trunks, let's transform directly into Super Saiyan God. I don't believe Majin Buu can still resist. Goten said. Trunks nodded. Hey. The two roared, and the golden flames on their bodies turned into red flames, and their golden hair also turned red. Trunks and Goten successfully transformed into Super Saiyan God. Majin Buu was frightened by the changes of the two people. Although he couldn't feel their aura, his body still unconsciously retreated. Goten put his hands on his waist and condensed energy, and Trunks gathered all his energy into his hands. The two shouted loudly and blasted the condensed energy towards Majin Buu at the same time. Kameha, Afterburner. Ah, Majin Buu was unable to avoid it, and was completely swallowed by the two energies and disappeared. Seeing that Majin Buu had been dealt with, Trunks and Son Goten flew to Ling Tian's position. Swoosh, Uncle Ling Tian, Majin Buu has been dealt with. What do you want to see us for? Trunks asked. Majin Buu has been dealt with. That's great. Kaioshin and Jeppet danced with joy. How can these two kids have the aura of God? Old Kaioshin was shocked. It is very difficult for ordinary humans to reach the realm of God through practice. Old Kaioshin, this is just a transformation of us Saiyans, and we all transform into this form. Son Goku explained. We all transform into this form. Old Kaioshin just froze in place, and it took more than 10 seconds for him to react. Who of you wants to develop abilities first? Ling Tian pointed at Goten and Trunks and said. Old Kai, you help them develop their abilities first. Okay, kid, come here and sit in front of me. Old Kai nodded and waved to Goten. Goten sat on the grass as instructed by Old Kai. Old Kai began to circle around Goten, chanting a special spell. Is it so troublesome to stimulate potential? Goku wondered. Goku, this is not the same as the potential stimulation on Namek. After Old Kai stimulates potential, his strength will be greatly improved. Ling Tian said. Everyone nodded. After the ceremony, Old Kai sat opposite Goten and placed his hands on Goten to stimulate potential. This kid is so powerful at such a young age, and his potential is so huge. I can't imagine how powerful he will be after his potential is fully developed. Old Kai murmured to himself. How boring. Everyone could only watch Old Kai develop his potential. Got it. Suddenly, Ling Tian had a flash of inspiration and took out the spirit tree seed from the storage ring. Wukong, follow me. Ling Tian took off into the air and flew away. Seeing this, everyone hurriedly followed him to see what Ling Tian was going to do. The sky was full of clouds, and the sky was full of clouds. Swoosh, swoosh. After flying for a while, the group landed on a small hillside. Ling Tian, what are we doing here? Sun Wukong asked. Planting trees. Ling Tian dug a hole in the ground and threw the spirit tree seeds into the hole. Before he could bury the seeds turned into saplings and grew bigger and bigger, and instantly grew into towering trees. The huge tree began to produce immature and green fruits. Ling Tian, what kind of tree is this? It has changed so much. Sun Wukong was stunned. This is a spirit fruit tree. The spirit fruits you ate before grew from this kind of tree. Ling Tian responded. The spirit tree continuously absorbs the energy of the Kaioshin planet, and the immature fruits on the tree slowly mature. It's worthy of being the God realm. No matter how much the spirit tree absorbs energy, the planet will not change at all. Wukong, if you want to eat the spirit fruit, go pick it yourself. Ling Tian said as he soared into the air and flew to the tree. Seeing this, everyone also went to the tree to pick the ripe fruits and eat them. After the fruits were picked, the spirit tree grew immature fruits again. No wonder the spirit tree can only grow in the God realm. There is a constant supply of energy on the planet. The spirit tree will not wither at all. Once it absorbs energy, the fruit will grow. Seeing the fruit on the tree again, Sun Wukong and others lay directly on the branches and waited quietly for the fruit to mature. Swoosh! Vegeta suddenly appeared in front of Ling Tian. Vegeta, what's wrong with you? Ling Tian was puzzled. Ling Tian, do you have a universal capsule on you to give me? Vegeta said hesitantly. You want to pick some to bring back for Bulma. Ling Tian smiled and took out a few universal capsules from the storage ring. Vegeta nodded. Vegeta, take a few universal capsules to Goku. Ling Tian handed the universal capsule to Vegeta. Okay. Vegeta took the universal capsule and flew towards Sun Wukong's position. After an unknown amount of time, a very strong breath suddenly came from a distance, and everyone on the spirit tree was shocked. This is Goten's breath. Everyone performed instant movement. Swish, swish, Ling Tian and others appeared next to Sun Wushan and Old Kai. Old Kai, your development ability is too powerful. Sun Wukong was shocked. Yes, Goten's strength has improved so much. Piccolo said. Old Kai, I also want to develop my potential. Trunks looked envious. It's just so. Although Old Kai said this, he was very excited when he saw everyone's praise. Don't worry, come one by one. Your name is Trunks, right, kid? Trunks nodded. Okay, sit in front of me. Old Kai began to inspire Trunks' potential again. Goten, let's go over there and try your strength after developing your potential. Son Gohan said. Okay, brother. Son Goten nodded. Everyone then came to the other side of Kai's planet. Son Gohan and Son Goten stood opposite each other. Swish. The next moment, Son Gohan and Son Goten flashed and suddenly disappeared. Bang bang bang. Both of them moved at high speed and launched fierce attacks on each other. Although Goten's strength has improved a lot, he still can't beat Gohan in his normal state. Pico said as he looked at the two people fighting in the air. Gohan teleported behind Goten and kicked him in the back. Ah! Goten screamed and flew backwards. Goten endured the severe pain and quickly stabilized his body in the air. Brother, you can't use teleport. Goten, I forgot about it when I was fighting, and I won't use it again in a while. Gohan scratched his head and said. Goten, you can't beat your brother in this state, you quickly transform into a Super Saiyan. Goku shouted loudly. Goten nodded. Hey! Goten roared and wanted to transform into a Super Saiyan in the basic form, but he failed. What's going on? Goten was a little confused and stopped fighting with Gohan, but flew down directly. Dad, I can't seem to become Super Saiyan. Can't become a Super Saiyan. Everyone was confused. Old Kai couldn't become a Super Saiyan after developing his potential. Goten, try it again and let us see. Sun Wukong said. Ha! Sun Wushan shouted until his voice was hoarse, but there was still no change. Goten, try to disperse the energy that Old Kai developed for you. Ling Tian said. Okay, Uncle Ling Tian. A golden light flashed, and Sun Wushan's hair turned golden and stood up, transforming into Super Saiyan 1. Ling Tian, what's going on? Everyone was puzzled. It seems that my feeling is not wrong. No wonder when I watched Dragon Ball before, Son Gohan didn't use the power of Super Saiyan when he turned into a mysterious form. Maybe this power conflicts with the transformation of Saiyans. Let's go back and ask Old Kai first. Quote. Ling Tian said after thinking for a moment. Then let's go back quickly. Shua. Everyone used instant teleportation and returned to the side of Old Kai. Old Kai, why is it that after using the power you developed, Goten can't transform into a Super Saiyan again? Sun Wukong asked. Ahem. The power I just developed for Sun Wushan is the purest. Your Super Saiyan transformation is a crooked way. Once the Super Saiyan state is lifted and restored to normal, the increased power will disappear. This is equivalent to a kind of enhancement with the help of external forces, which is not advisable. Quote. Old Kai replied calmly. Originally, everyone thought that Old Kai's ability to develop was the same as that of the Great Elder of Namek, Shenlong Suyuan, and Longshenji Longyi. After hearing this, everyone lost interest in developing their abilities. How can we just give up the Super Saiyan transformation that we have practiced for so long? Lord Kai, we won't develop our abilities anymore. Everyone spoke up. Ling Tian was also stunned. It seemed that Sun Wukong and others could now transform into Super Saiyan 4 and Super Saiyan God, and they didn't need that kind of transformation. Have you really thought about it? Old Kai didn't expect that young people nowadays would not listen to advice at all. Uncle Ling Tian, should I continue to develop my potential? Trunks wanted to give up when he heard that he couldn't transform into a Super Saiyan. Trunks, you should let Old Kai finish developing. After the development, if you don't want to use this form, you can still transform into a Super Saiyan. Ling Tian responded. You guys. The Old Kai's face changed when he heard it. You guys look down on my ability too much. A few minutes later, Trunks' potential was also fully developed by the Old Kai. Little friend, they look down on my ability development. You go up and fight them to let them know how powerful you are. The Old Kai suggested. Ancestor, there is no need. Goten just used that form to fight Gohan, and he couldn't even beat the normal Gohan. The Kai smiled hard. It seems that your normal combat power is very strong. No wonder you dare to trouble the God of Destruction, said the Old Kai. The old man was very angry. Wukong, release all your energy to transform. Let Old Kai see how much difference there is between you and the God of Destruction. Ling Tian couldn't wait to know how strong the God of Destruction was. It would be embarrassing if he didn't have enough strength to take revenge later. Sure, I also want to know how strong you young people are. Old Kai stroked his beard and said. Then Old Kai, you retreat behind Ling Tian. I'm afraid I'll hurt you later. Sun Wukong scratched his head and said. Oh, you are so confident. Old Kai said and still retreated to the side. He didn't want any accidents to happen just after he came out of the sword. Seeing everyone retreating, Sun Wukong roared and released all his energy, and the entire Kai King Star was shaking constantly. What's going on? So strong. Old Kai was a little confused. It is reasonable to say that it is difficult for humans to improve to such a strong strength. Both Kai King Shin and Jebet couldn't stop shaking. Old Kai, this is my full strength, how do you feel? Sun Wukong asked. After thinking for a moment, Old Kai said, Wukong, although your current strength is considered the top combat power in the universe, this strength is still not enough to face the God of Destruction. Sun Wukong nodded. Then Sun Wukong continued to burst out his breath. His body was wrapped in golden flames, his hair stood up, and he successfully transformed into Super Saiyan 1. Old Kai, how much difference is there between my current form and the God of Destruction? Old Kai shook his head and said, Goku, although your current state has been enhanced dozens of times, you will still be killed in one move by the God of Destruction. Hey, Sun Wukong roared, and his breath surged again. His hair stood up, leaving a few bangs on his forehead, and lightning flashed around his body, successfully transforming into Super Saiyan 2. After transforming into Super Saiyan 2, Sun Wukong did not ask Old Kai again, but continued to gather energy for subsequent transformations. I saw that Sun Wukong's golden hair gradually grew longer until it reached his waist, and he successfully transformed into Super Saiyan 3. Sun Wukong continued to explode, and the golden flame on his body gradually dissipated. The golden hair turned black and was draped messily on his shoulders. He had black circles under his eyes, and his chest and palms were covered with red hair, and he had a strong body of muscles. Goku, what form is this? This form is much more powerful than the previous ones. Old Kai asked loudly. Old Kai, this form is Super Saiyan 4. Sun Wukong responded. Destroying the God realm. Whis, who was tasting delicious food, suddenly sensed an extremely powerful aura in the Kai realm. What's going on? Is there a big trouble in the Kai realm? Lord Kai, you must be fine. Whis immediately took out the staff to observe. So it's them. Whis recognized Ling Tian and the others at a glance. He had observed them once before when the Super Saiyan God transformed. Unexpectedly, Old Kai also came out of the sword, and things became interesting. Wow, Whis smiled and closed the staff. The Kai realm. Super Saiyan 4. It seems that Goku and the others have this kind of transformation, and they really don't need my ability to develop it. Old Kai murmured to himself. Old Kai, how much difference is there between my current strength and the God of Destruction? Sun Wukong asked. Old Kai put his hands on his back and said, Wukong, your current strength is about a few hundred, Z. The strength of the God of Destruction is at least Rang units, and the strongest god of destruction should have reached the strength of Go units. It's unbelievable that the god of destruction has such a strong strength. Everyone was stunned after hearing what old Kai said. Fortunately, everyone has practiced in the dragon god realm for a few years, otherwise the strength is really not enough. Ling Tian said in his heart. That's right. Suddenly, old Kai flashed with inspiration and said to Sun Wukong. Goku, can't you transform into Super Saiyan God? Is that form stronger than Super Saiyan 4? Old Kai, Super Saiyan God and Super Saiyan 4 are not much different. In terms of strength, Super Saiyan 4 is stronger. But Super Saiyan 4 consumes energy faster. Super Saiyan God is suitable for sustained battles. Sun Wukong explained. Is that so? Old Kai nodded and said. Wukong, with your strength, you should not bother the god of destruction anymore. Although you have many people who can compete with the god of destruction, the god of destruction has a magical skill. Once you touch that energy, you will disappear completely. That fat cat used this skill to make Broly disappear. Cell said angrily. The violent energy in Broly's body is also pouring out little by little. He must take revenge. Old Kai, King Kai Shin and Jeppet were all shocked by the violent energy emitted by Broly. This person actually has this kind of energy, he won't lose control. Old Kai asked. Old Kai, don't worry, Broly can already fully control this energy. Ling Tian responded. Broly, quote, didn't you just say that he was killed by Champa? Old Kai was puzzled. We used the Super Dragon Ball to revive Broly. Ling Tian responded. If you can avoid using Dragon Balls, don't use them. It will violate the laws of nature. Old Kai scolded. Ling Tian nodded. He didn't believe that the Super Shenlong could turn into a super evil dragon, and the Super Dragon Balls were not available to ordinary people. Old Kai, who is the weakest among the 12 gods of destruction? Ling Tian asked. Fighting and fighting between gods of destruction are not allowed, and I have been in the Sword of God for so long, and now I don't know which god of destruction is the weakest. Old Kai responded. Ling Tian nodded. Go back if you are fine. I, an old man, need to rest. Old Kai said with a book in his hand and yawned. Old Kai, Lord Kai, goodbye. Quote, everyone began to teleport. Earth, Shua, Ling Tian and others appeared at the world's number 1 martial arts tournament. Ling Tian, Goku, this way. There were shouts from afar. Everyone turned their heads and found that it was Tien Shinhan, Yamcha and Jiaozi. Everyone walked over immediately. Ling Tian, did you solve that Majin Buu? Yamcha asked. Uncle Yamcha, Majin Buu was solved by the two of us. Trunks and Son Goten said. Then you two were really amazing. Yamcha gave a thumbs up. Yamcha, is the world's No. 1 martial arts tournament over? Ling Tian asked. It was just after the event, and we were about to go back, but we didn't expect to meet you. Yamcha responded. Yamcha, who is the champion among you? Sun Wukong asked. Tien Shinhan won the championship. Yamcha smiled bitterly. He had participated in so many world's best martial arts tournaments, but he didn't even win a championship. I hope everyone will support it and subscribe more.